voice so much. I have to get yours up on my phone. I must say hi to Amanda, the others.
Samantha.
I love Amanda. Perfect. Okay. I can now see the texts. Yay.
The chat.
The chat. That's the word.
Hello, hello.
Indeed. Getting my dice out. Everything's great.
The bend on her mic.
Ooh. Oh, quick question. So, I'm
Quicker answer.
trying to add the languages, and I have two. So, if you have an intelligence of 14, you get 2 extra languages. But if you also have the linguistics,
Every rank in linguistics, you get
one
another
more.
language.
Okay, then I have to remember what that other language was, because I know I had Halfling, I know I had Elven, and I think it might have been Dwarven.
Well, Dwarven is certainly one to take because
I'm pretty
like,
sure it was
the
Dwarven.
majority of this world's history is
It's
Dwarven.
Dwarven. Yeah, then I definitely, then I'll do that.
Hello,
Sounds good.
Chris.
Like
Good
an
to see
insane amount of its history is Dwarven.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we literally, if you
Yep.
call a week, you're using the Dwarven word for it, which is an eval.
Wow.
And it, nerdy thing, represents
Nerdy.
the
That is
distance
really
between
nerdy.
2 major Dwarven cities that took to walk for a normal dwarf. It took 15 days. Yep.
That's so cool.
To be fair, I didn't write it.
How do you know this?
It's all in the air.
Look up the calendar.
The Codex of Aihrde and the
my
calendar,
gosh.
all that stuff. We're
Listen,
popping.
I'm
really
running a
should.
one-shot at Blue Box Con in
Hey,
Aihrde
Doppler, yes.
that you are playing in
In Aihrde, yes. Sorry, I thought you
in
said
the city
in
of
Altimra.
Avignon.
I know.
Did you see that, John?
I did not.
Yeah.
Yes, my Blue Box Con one-shot, starring Rachel, Chandler, Dawn, the Mad Wizard, Robert, the Amazing,
Incredible.
and Sean, SW Jester,
Yes. Okay, that's gonna be a great crew.
all in Avignon,
Yes. Hey, Kurt.
I'm doing the pirate.
the beating heart of Altimra. Of course you're doing the
Of course you
pirate.
are.
You can't help yourself.
Incredible.
I'm gonna guess what character you're playing.
Can I guess?
Sure.
Sit. Does it begin with a...
It's the same letter 3 times.
No, it couldn't be.
Well, I don't know. Give it a guess.
Be.
I mean,
What is his middle name?
I never had a middle name.
Good. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If you had one, though, it would have to start with a C.
I had a hard enough time coming up with that name, and I decided that he did not need a middle name.
Understandable. My friend gave me these dice back because I had given it to them to borrow for a certain character, but then that character died. So
They're very caramel.
They're back to mine. Yes, I really like them.
And they're kind of glittery, too.
Yeah.
It's like a coffee. Like a cream.
Oh, you're so right.
Cafe latte.
Okay, I'm gonna roll this one later, but I'm gonna stop rolling it now
Open the trap.
because that was a good roll.
I'm just not sure about my dice.
Maybe it's that your dice aren't sure about you.
Chester on
I just read the.
Captain Cade Chesterton.
Chesterton Cardinal?
Oh no.
Yeah, really
That
take
is
out
not
the
it.
take the hard C out of it.
Okay, every time you say your name as David Preston, I want to go the third. I don't.
I do the same. I do the same thing in my head. I actually thought
Really?
it was the third. Yes, I was thinking of it this week. I'm like David Preston the third. I always think,
Every time you say it, I'm like the third.
Well, that's good because
glad
that
to know
means
it's not just
that
me.
means that my childly cover identity was better as Preston instead of David Jones, which you would not have said the third.
No, I would not have. I think it reminded. Who was the character on Gilligan's Island? What was his name?
Winston, Thurston Howell.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't even anything like that.
It wasn't even close.
Close, and I thought that's where I got it from.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Hi, hello.
Also, I
Thurston
couldn't
Howell.
find the black one.
I think
I'm so
Preston,
sorry. But
Thurston.
it's fine. It's fine.
Were you guys trying to coordinate?
But I thought there was a third.
It's okay.
I thought
They're
it was
coordinating.
maybe.
We're
But
coordinating.
no.
Just Thurston
Let's
Howell.
I don't know where I got that.
See, this was all planned.
Oh, great.
Hello, Cameron.
Oh, DSM.
What are we talking about with the DSM-5?
You're gonna read it?
I'm gonna read parts of it.
What part?
Oh, Lord.
What parts do you think I'm gonna
Parts
read?
that relate to Click.
Oh, this all makes sense now. It's
Yes.
all registering.
Technically, that is outdated.
Really?
There's,
Is there
there's a newer, there's a newer
Of course
one.
there.
that down a bit.
Oh my boy, I missed
you,
you
by
so
the way.
much.
That's
It's
the
been a
wrong
week.
one.
It's
Actually,
already
hold on.
bookmarked in there.
Too long.
I have to use it for Classicon, so there's like sticky
Sorry,
note
guys.
residue
Kill that.
on a lot of the thin pages. So
Love that.
That's got to kill that one too. I got too many things up here. Hang
I
on.
always forget
Move
to keep
that.
saying this. If you guys need
I
me
had
to
one I wanted to
remake
show
these,
you.
I
Let's see if I can
have
find
so
it.
much.
I forgot
I have
mine.
so much yarn.
All that
And also,
darkness,
if you
all
want me
that
to
blackness.
retie that for you so that
Hang on
it's
here.
adjustable
I'll
again.
get this.
sure.
I think that. Oh wait, that's
Do you want me to show you a
2021.
different knot you could potentially do?
Wait, this is it, I think.
don't worry about it.
All right, here we go.
I'm an Eagle Scout. I know a lot of knots.
I was about to say, I was like, it's
I know all about
For
knots.
you all.
I know a lot of
A
things.
major part of Boy Scouts is knots. So,
I'm gonna
Kind of
do
got
this
drilled
and you
into
can
my
tell
head.
me if there's a better way to do it.
I mean, there probably is.
Why do I just get nervous upon sitting down?
Although the double tightener is actually really good. So,
Yeah. So do that.
It is session 14.
Oh, is this a new
it's a
intro?
little intro
New
video.
intro, yes.
What?
This is by courtesy of Rory. This will go on our channel trailer. You're not going to believe some of the new stuff we have.
The new
coming,
new.
though. You won't see that.
That
The new.
new
Maybe by
new.
next week we'll have the new
Notes on
new.
the finches.
The new new.
Yeah, I don't know if I have them.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Maybe.
It would have been session 9.
Okay. Also, just to let you know, Cameron, I totally forgot to bring.
all I have.
my-
Why did Rory use a picture that makes him look like he's
I don't know.
he looks
Gourd.
like he's in high school?
I don't-
Found.
You'd have to ask him.
Found.
I'm not sure why.
Your handwriting, and I was like, mine's probably just as bad. And
you
then I
can
started
adjust
reading yours, and I was like, no, hers is worse.
Some of it
see
is
everybody.
intentional. Of like,
I know.
There's a point where I was literally holding my pencil like this and writing like this. Also, do you have the journal?
Oh my.
I gave it to you.
gosh.
Okay, perfect. I was like, that's who should have it
All
right
right.
now.
Me.
We'll stop that there.
And that picture.
The amazing Richard Baker was so exciting when he joined us. Love Richard. And joined us also for our charity one shot. All right. I think we're ready. Everybody is mic'd up. Let me check all the levels here. Everything looks good. I'm assuming all of the sound is good there in Twitch land. If anybody's having any sound issues, let me know. Hello, Natasha. Good to see you. Kai. Patrick Fraley. Good to see you. Hello,
Yeah, it's
Twitchy
right there.
DM. Thurston Howell. Was he the
Actually, I
third?
wanna
He
use it
was
for
the third.
props.
No, Thurston Howell was the third.
You can
Yes,
if you
you
want
are.
to.
She is
thank you.
vindicated. Thurston Howell the third.
This makes me.
Hello, flawed name.
John, can you hand me the journal back? I want to use it for prop work.
He's gonna throw it.
I will give it back.
All right, and here we go. You are seen and heard in 3, 2.
Hi, everybody.
Hello and
Hi,
whoa, my
fancy
camera
seeing you
is
here.
frozen. Hang on, when did that
I
happen?
can punch it
Hang
if you
on.
want.
Properties, deactivate.
You look very worried.
I do. I look super
He's so
concerned.
scared.
Let's activate it again. Hopefully
I
that
haven't
fixes it.
fixed all my dice yet. Oh,
Unless
you
Cameron,
punching the
Cameron,
air.
did you happen to yank any
Maybe.
cords over there?
I really tried to be
accidentally?
very gentle when I was over
I mean,
there.
it's always possible.
I think we may have. Can
we jostled?
double check that?
accidents
There's a little.
occur.
There's an Elgato
People
down there.
Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep,
Yep,
yep.
yep.
Definitely, definitely,
sorry.
definitely.
All right. I normally tuck it
We
better
found
up
the
against the
culprit.
wall. That's my fault. That's
was
not your
Cam.
fault.
At least we easily found it.
There we go.
That is
All
very
right.
true.
I try to
Now
make
we're
my
back.
problems as noticeable as possible.
Wouldn't be a stream without a technical.
Exactly. Well, that doesn't even
Indeed.
count. Not a glitch. No player error.
It's a bug.
It is
it's
user error.
intentional.
User, yes.
All right, so welcome and thanks for joining us today. And so excited as always to be with my Tears of Aihrde crew, this
Huzzah.
fantastic group. Rachel is back. We missed you last week.
missed you all.
Everybody that saw Kurt in
You were
that
very
chair
hairy last
was
week.
saying things like, "Man, Rachel had a really rough week."
Hey, it happens. We're back to normal now. It's fine. You know.
But Kurt was a lot of fun. He did a great
Oh,
job.
he did a
and,
fantastic
and we're
job.
appreciative.
Really and
Kurt,
truly.
thanks so much. And that will not be
love
the
Jonas.
last time you will see Kurt here with us. And
Better
actually,
not be.
definitely not the last time that you'll see him in only questionable features. There you go. Last time you'll see him on Blue Box. We're actually going to be seeing him again very soon in April. I'll talk about an announcement that I'll be making in terms of our agenda for April. We've got some fun things coming.
Oh my goodness.
But as we jump into this, thank you to Rory, who gave us all that cool stuff on our intro video. That'll get uploaded
Very
as our
sick.
channel trailer.
So cool.
But there's a lot more coming. So the lab is cooking.
Oh, we out here, we
now,
cooking.
and you just got to let us cook.
do.
We have an incredible new.
Oh, is that gonna stick?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Of course.
It's part of the lexicon now.
Yeah.
We have a very cool intro trailer for Lore Masters Arcanum that will debut this Wednesday. It's on another level, and we have to thank Joffrey of Dice Songs.
Heck yeah.
He's done all of it, and Blue Box happens by virtue of this community. I could not
Truly.
do what is done here without what all of the community does, and Joffrey has created the most amazing. So we're going to have custom intros also for Tears of Aihrde and a custom intro for Book 3 of Greyhawk Awakening.
I
We're
would
going to
never.
feature your
That's
photos
so
and your
fun.
characters,
Oh
and
my
it is going to be super cool. Maybe I'll show you guys on the break the LMA trailer, but you guys are going to have to wait till Wednesday night to see it. We do have a giveaway today. I'll announce in just a second. A couple
Free
other
stuff.
announcements
Free stuff.
I want to
Free
make
stuff.
in just a
Free
second. Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, super. Yeah, the book 3 stuff is just.
Oh my gosh.
It is off the chain. The
I'm
players
so
are so excited. I'm getting, like, Manda was blowing me up all week this week now and getting ready for her character, including. Manda, is it okay if I mention to these players on stream what you have already given your consent for as it related to your player?
Your character.
Your character, yes. Your character, not your player. It was pretty fun.
She said go for it.
All right,
Tell us
so she has made what would be commonly referred to as a squishy character.
Yeah,
in this
my
game.
favorite.
I heard about her stats
Yes, her
on
stats are
LMA,
right.
and I was like,
And-
oh,
8con or something?
no.
Yeah, and she wants everyone to know that it is absolutely acceptable should one of the other characters decide to pick her character up and forcibly throw her onto a mount or a wagon because she doesn't like to ride and she's slow. And so she said, "You have my consent
That's so
to,
funny.
against my will, throw me onto a horse or wagon."
Please pick me up like a little football and just start running.
I love it. I love
I
it.
was playing, I'd be picking her up a lot.
Could you slide
Just
that-
for fun at that
okay.
point,
Fun.
just to see.
Go on and touch me.
And
Wait, what?
see
yeah,
what
so
Amanda
you got
plays.
it. That's it. Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Let's go around. Let's quickly talk about what happened last time. We'll do character intros, and we'll jump right into the game. We'll save some of our announcements for later. So, what happened last time?
So last we left off, the rats were asleep and well-equipped, or some of them were. Click decided it was in his best interest to go and have a conversation with Fauna,
Harass a woman. Sorry, Aiden, sorry.
a fellow business owner who dabbled in his business. And he made his way to Eat Shoots and Leaves late in the night as Fauna was making her way down for bed, and broke in and gave her a stern warning that she is an ally of the Low Quarter, as is he, and she should not make herself an enemy of him. And, you know, all that yada yada. But he also learned that she's been protecting him this whole time as well, and a couple of other people involved as well, Itheldra and Gretchen, some kindly old women. Daisy followed, and failed to stealth for part of it, and got noticed by Click, but nothing really seemed
And
to come
got
of that.
slapped.
You know
Yep.
what? I should have. I texted him, and I should have alerted him earlier. It could have been very interesting.
All right. Well, you didn't, so...
I did not, and I'm very sad.
I did not.
Instead, we made our way back, slept for the night, and woke up and made our way to the Salty Dog. Without Mila,
Thank you,
because she was a bit
Giordano.
tired.
She was sleeping.
little sleepy.
Sleepy, so
But
tired.
while we were at the Salty Dog, we met an interesting fellow who David had known previously, Jonas Ironwood, a alchemist, actually apprentice of a local alchemist whose shop burned down a couple years ago. Wonder why. Jonas let us know
Interesting.
that 2 nights prior his sister had been taken, and he needed David's help in finding her. So we made our way to his house, did a little bit of investigation.
Someone
Dahlia rolled a nat 20.
Shit.
You tried your best. You got there in the end.
Got there.
Dahlia rolled a nat 20, and thank goodness she did, because I don't know if we would have solved it otherwise.
We barely solved it
barely solved
afterwards.
it.
After much argument, we determined that it was fur related and seemed stale and maybe a bit preservative. So of course we went and talked to Mon, the fur trader, in the Salty Dog.
But told him as little as possible.
Told him as little as possible. Didn't learn much from him, and got fed up about it until David decided to think a little bit harder about it, and a little bit more argument occurred when we determined, oh, it's probably a taxidermist. Eric, the taxidermist. Jonas. We made our
We all
way.
know.
Creepy boy.
Of course, we made our way to his shop. Daisy and Dahlia went in and interrogated him, only to learn that he likely was not the culprit of this act. His 2 apprentices, who had not been seen for a couple of days, likely were, and they, last he heard, were making their way to the warehousing district on the dockyards of the Low Quarter to send a shipment out tonight. So we made our way to the dockyards. Daisy had yet another altercation with an inappropriate man.
Which resulted in.
They just
Nether
need their
regions being
lessons
pierced,
taught.
and
As they
we Click unlocked the door in. We made our way in, and things did not seem the way they were expecting them to when we were faced with a zombified Liam, one of the 2 apprentices. He was quickly cut down by Dahlia, while
Saying,
Click.
but one?
But
He kept saying but one.
kept saying but one.
He Click made his way into the next area where we were met face to face with a pile of corpses, young corpses, 9 of them to be, in fact, and 1 left alive, chained to a wall, written above them, but 1 in 10 I give you in blood. And we determined that these bodies needed to be burned so that they did not become undead, and Jonas left with his sister Janessa's body in hand, and that is where we left off last time.
Nicely done.
And he wrote a beautiful thing in the
Go read the Discord in
Go
character
read
chat.
the Discord in character chat. It's so good.
Yeah,
so
really
good.
well
My
done in
sound suddenly
Discord. And
really
so,
great stuff.
and so Eric, which by the way, it's Eric, not
Eric.
Yeah, it's A-E-R-I-C.
Eric.
Eric. So you found him creepy, Rachel, when you watched the VOD?
Was that not the intent?
Not intended.
Your teeth.
If you
are
were
so
here,
pretty.
if you were in person, you would have felt it differently.
Yeah, he was cool.
It was actually pretty neat.
Yeah, he was a really
He was cool and
suave,
we
like,
liked
yeah,
him.
really-
I feel like I'm being gaslit right now.
and you might
What's
be.
gaslighting?
Read the
yeah,
DSM.
yeah.
You won't find it in there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh well.
But it is here.
Well,
Anyways.
I think you would have found him far creepier in the room.
I'm
yeah, I
sure.
think it was coming off in waves.
Yeah, bad vibes.
All right, let's quickly
Bad
go around.
vibes.
Let's introduce your characters, and we'll get right into the game. And let's just go around in this direction. We'll start
Huzzah.
with you.
No huzzahs today, folks.
No, not even one.
Well, good morning, Mad Chatters. It is time to get started with today. I am just a simple nightshade ninja. No harm done, no harm foul, no.
No harm.
No harm done, no harm fouled.
I remember some harm.
I recall a bit of harm, yes.
There's no
recall some
harm
harm, too.
if it is being taught to be a lesson.
If it's deserved.
So, if it's deserved, it's not harm.
What a sight to my wife!
What's Daisy's alignment? I get worried
You
sometimes.
had no sympathy when the dockhand complained about what he was going to say to his wife.
Well, that's on him.
Maybe.
That is on
Sounds
him.
like a
that is not
long
my
conversation.
business.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Sounds like a personal problem.
He definitely had one of those.
Yep.
There you go.
That's
What else
Daisy.
do you
That's
have? That's me.
All right.
Mila is a young woman. She is an Omdura, which, if you guys don't know what it is, you should definitely look it up, but it's a cross between Cleric and Inquisitor, and it's super cool. She has a little familiar named Finley. He's the best. He's been with her for
Sweet
7+
boy.
years?
Only minorly plus, yes.
Only
Yeah.
minorly plus, but it still counts.
7 years, 5 days.
We're keeping count. She has a very strange appearance compared to what she looked when she was a child, with a streak of white hair and bright gold eyes. But she cares for her friends very dearly and will do anything in her power to protect them.
Sounds lame.
Nicely done. Sounds lame. They never expect the Spanish Inquisition. Yes.
Knock, knock, bleaters. It's Click. Click, Elven Vigilante. David Preston in the day. Click sometimes in the night. And, yeah, he's a fun little guy. And, he likes to keep secrets, and it seems like those secrets aren't being kept very well. By
That
some
8
people.
wisdom will get you far, folks. Of how
Listen,
secret you think you're being.
I think I'm great. I know I'm not.
Oh no.
And so that's me. That's
Quotes.
Click/David.
I think
Nice.
I'm great. I know.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm playing Dahlia, a verdant bloodline blood rager. All kinds. We got blood by the buckets, people. That's what we got. But yeah, got a spooky dagger that I still don't know what to do with.
We'll get there.
But yeah, Dahlia had a good time last week, killing some zombies. That's about it.
Yeah,
Zombie.
20
Zombie
critting,
one, yeah.
decapitating, watching the head
Oh my
roll,
gosh.
and that was nicely done. All right, so we do have some plus ones that were given out by Toriano today. So
Very
we have
kind, very
2 for Dahlia, 2 for Mila. Daisy has 4. We zeroed out
2
last
for
week.
everyone. None for Gretchen Wieners.
And we got none for Click and none for the GM.
Well, Mad Chatter's
but-
the only way we can.
It's International Women's Month, okay?
Send
Back
them
off, fellas.
Okay. All right. Fair.
So as
No, you
Cameron
deserve
just
plus
said,
ones.
it is International Women's Month, and we'll go through all of our announcements a little bit later. But we have 2 really cool LMAs coming up
Okay,
in 2
fair.
weeks. We're going to have both of these young ladies on with us for Throw Dice Like a Girl. It's going to be Cameron here as Dahlia. She'll be joining us. Rachel,
We'll be
Mila,
playing
Rachel.
Dahlia on the LMA.
Yeah, I'm expecting that. I'm to cosplay that night.
Yep.
We're going to have
5
Meg,
p.m. on
who's
Wednesday.
Biscotti Hottie and played in my St. Jude one-shot 2 years ago. And then we'll have Ashlyn, the Dollar Store DM, who you've seen play in the St. Jude one-shot this year, and we'll be doing our budget bill battle on April 5th. And then Courtney of Figuratively Speaking Minis, who joined us for an LMA a few weeks ago. All incredible ladies, and we're going to be talking about the challenges, the triumphs and trials that women gamers face, or girl gamers face, gamer girls face. And I got to
of
get
them.
it. The
All the
order
words.
matters. All
Yes.
of them.
Every
yes.
one of them.
And I've pseudonamed it Creeps and Crits, or Horrors and Heroinism. And we're going to talk about their experiences. That's going to be a blast. And then we have coming up just this next week. Also, who else do you think of when you... Oh, my stupid thing is come on, don't fight me
Oh
on
no,
this.
it's broken.
It's broken. Can you see it flashing up there? It's
Yes.
What's it doing? It did this to me the other day, too. It's some weird little thing with the picture.
forgive
There
us.
we go. Got it.
Oh, I
Did
typed
you
There it is.
forget Mr. Hall?
Well, no, yes, I'm sorry, because her picture's not on there. Amanda, by the way, since you're joining us on Greyhawk Awakening Book 3, don't you
that
think
last
it might be okay for you to pop on video now instead of just be audio on March 22nd? I won't pressure you, let me know, but, might be a good trial run before you're on Greyhawk Awakening.
Incredible.
But beyond that, when you think International Women's Month, of course you think Patrick Fraley. So Fraley's going to be with us. He'll be with us this Wednesday night. 3D printing in Fraley. That's all that you need to know for International Women's Month. He'll be with us on
That's
Wednesday.
all you need.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. And it'll be a fun. He's like, what?
You heard us. Don't
You
question
heard
it.
us, sir. And so it's going to be a fun time on Wednesday night. We'll be live printing in the studio here. He's going to have his 3D printer set up. We'll be
Sick.
doing some live STL stuff. We'll talk tips and tricks and get other info from the community. And then, of course, Tuesday night, our penultimate Greyhawk Awakening Book 1 episode. And we have just a couple more weeks to go before... we lose Vivi and Hob. Hob indefinitely, Vivi until fall. And we are, I'm going to make the announcement here for the first time publicly, sort of what the plan is and how it's going to affect all of you as Mad Chatters.
I thought he was talking to us. And I was like,
No.
I'm
Well,
unaffected.
we need more advantages.
I tried to make you affected. I'm trying to get you to be affected. You still have a chance to be affected.
I am unaffected.
You are
he is
unaffected.
unaffected.
All right, so in April, we're going to conclude this part of Book 1. We're going to put Book 1 back on ice.
Go back on the shelf.
Candidly,
Close it.
it was not supposed
Reshelf.
to have that much time. Book 1 was the interlude with Book 1 was supposed to be brief, but because the Book 2 party got themselves TPK'd, we were thrust back into Book 1 much earlier. It has messed with all of the timing, and candidly, I'm feeling very awkward as a DM about the storyline. I don't feel like I have enough time to advance it properly, and I don't want to just hit them with some dumb side quest that doesn't feel contextual with the depth of the story.
Sure.
So as a result, Vivi's last night with us on the 28th will be the final episode of Book 1. 1 for now. We'll come back to it at some point in the future when we can deal with it with more time. Which means, what are we going to do in April? Because we don't have book 3, The Sea of Dark Sun, until May 2nd. So April is now becoming the month of one-shots here on Blue Box.
Fun.
Every Tuesday night, we'll have a different one-shot. One will be DM'd by Kurt Caventus. He's actually going to be here in my room, but he'll do it remotely. Our goal is to bring in players who don't normally get to play here on Blue Box.
That's awesome.
So if you have been in one-shots before or whatever, you can still play, but we really want to get people in the game who have not been able to yet game on a Blue Box stream and would like to join us. So Kurt's going to run one. I'm going to run one. I've already decided the title for what I'm running, although I don't know what the game is going to be.
Isn't that great, the way it works?
Interesting.
It's going to be
been
the OG. I'm going to run an OG game, and that OG one-shot, you could call it Original Gamers, or I'm also going to call it Ossified Grognards.
Oh, gosh.
It's going to be that night. It's going to be a bunch of like old school, like late
that one up.
70s, early 80s gamer guys that I'm going to lead through a one-shot,
Nice.
and then almost a certain TPK that night. And then we've got 1 or 2 other DMs that may join us that month. So look for it on our Discord. If you want to play, DM me in our Discord or DM Manda in our Discord, and we'll get you guys lined up. So those dates are the 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th. I think that's right.
Tuesday?
Something like
the
that.
Tuesdays, is that right? So
Yeah,
the
4th, 11th,
4th,
yeah.
11th,
18th.
and then the 25th will be the one-shots. The 18th will not be a one-shot. The 18th will be a session 0 for Greyhawk Awakening Book 3.
Huzzah.
So we're going to get everybody together. We're going to finalize characters. We're going to talk about lore. So that's going to be the schedule of all of our Tuesdays coming up in April. If you want to play on a Blue Box stream, this is your chance. Message us in Discord. We'll get you signed up with one of these DMs, and we'll have a great time. All right. Party.
Hello.
So, yes, go ahead.
Before we leave, we're taking that kid with us.
Yep.
Okay.
Period.
Oh, yeah.
Do we also want to take shoes?
We do want to take some article of clothing from the deceased children as well,
Okay.
as some sort of evidence of what has happened here. Other than that, we're just pretty much gonna burn the bodies and leave.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah. Jeez.
So for for that evening, you, with the conflagration of the dockside warehouse lighting up the night sky on the low quarter of Altimra, you make your way furtively through the back alleys of the city until you find yourselves weary, tired, and deep with sorrow, carrying this child. And you see that Jonas, of course, left, grieving, clutching the ruined form of his young sister to his chest. In a few moments, you find yourselves coming back up the stairs to Well-Equipped. You see Mila is again resting, but it looks like she's been out and about. You can see that her armor has been moved, and while she is bedded down, she's obviously been active.
It's clean.
The whole place?
The whole place is clean.
It probably wasn't too difficult to clean
Oh,
as well,
no,
because I usually keep a tidy ship.
It's spotless.
Aw.
Wait down here. I'll go get her. And I go up the stairs, because we now have a map in Tailspire of this. It has 2 floors.
Yay.
To the bed upstairs, and I'm just going to shake your shoulder. Mila, things aren't good.
What happened?
Downstairs.
Okay, all right. I'll get Finley. We'll go hustle.
And then I will take them downstairs.
Okay. All right. So the Well-Equipped is, as shown previously,
so
and
nice.
the-
Cool.
you guys, it's a 2-story structure with something, and I'll show this to the.
Do you
I was
own
gonna
this
say,
building?
I don't have
Did you
it.
like pay for it?
We'll
Are
get
you
to that.
renting? What's the deal?
All right, so here we go. I'll
You
switch
could
over.
ask.
All right.
I
so,
will.
So you're seeing here, this is Well-Equipped. This is the leather working shop of David. This is the second floor. This is where Mila was sleeping just moments ago. There's other beds up there as well. And then down here on the first
You
floor
got so many
is
beds.
where the work of Well-Equipped is done. It's
you
here you
doing?
have the desk where the leather working is done and the sales take place. You have chairs and seating area here. There is a nice fire blazing in the hearth. It's a stone hearth. And as David brings you down, you note, Mila, that there is a small child being carried by Dahlia. And you note that each of them, the others, they smell like smoke.
Conscious? Is the child awake?
I think unconscious.
Yeah, unconscious still,
Yeah.
yes.
Injured?
Resting in her arms. Hard to tell just by, glancing at him. And that is where we begin tonight.
She will run up.
Not here. Just wait a moment. Just trust me. And I'm gonna walk over and scoot a chair out of the way and begin plucking up some boards.
What?
So, if you'll observe the screen here,
I'm so excited.
he pull this down.
Excuse me, sir.
So David walks over to a large leather chair that sits atop some of the boards, and as
just kidding,
he
that's where I've been
does,
sleeping.
you see he takes it, he slides it out of the way, and it reveals a trap door beneath. And he takes it, and as he opens it up, you see it yawns down into
To the click cave.
There's,
Thank you, Garrett.
There's a stone structure, the scent of must, and you can feel airflow. There's clearly, this is not an enclosed, whatever this is, there's airflow coming up. It smells musty.
Smooth. Down.
All right.
How many? Do you have more of the? Never mind. And I just kind of walk over.
There's a wooden ladder that leads down.
Do you need help getting the child?
Probably.
She will.
At least a little. I think I could probably throw him over my shoulder and shimmy down the ladder.
Okay.
Can I check to see if they are injured, the child?
Yeah, as you look, the child looks like he's got a huge knot on the side of his head. Blood is crusted, but other than that, looks unharmed.
She's gonna. If there's a table down there, I suppose. What's down there?
Okay, well,
Great
so
question.
does everyone go downstairs?
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're killed.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
As you move your way down the staircase, there's a slight creaking, but you can see that there's already a lantern that is lit down here. Click walks over, carries the lantern. He touches it to two candles that sit on a table. As the room illuminates, you look around, you see it resembles quite a bit the original rat's nest. The stone has been opened up. This room existed, but you see a large brown tarp that hangs from one side of the opposite wall, and it's from there that you can feel a breeze coming through, slow movement of air. You see a large armoire against one wall of dark wood. The doors are closed. You see another open bookshelf that has several tomes and little knickknacks aside it. A broom sits next to it with a switch of hay that's been tied around it. A barrel to one corner, a set of crates and boxes that sits in the other corner. And he walks back over and he sets the lantern on top of the barrel.
One other fun little fact. By the tarp are two potted plants that allow a little bit nicer smells to come through into this area than what might normally come through. But that is what is there.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
So,
Neat.
and in the middle, a table covered with a map of the low quarter of Altimra and sewers beneath it.
Very cool.
Is there a place where we can lay
I'll
the
take
child?
off my cloak and kind of throw that on top of the map and then
Please.
lay the kid
Yeah,
down.
she'll immediately take out kit, start to clean the wound, patch
Okay.
it, just possibly check for more wounds, maybe get them cleaned up a little bit if they look dirty, which I'm sure they do.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. All right. So you set him down. So you on the table. You move the. Okay. You set him on the table. You press aside, and as Click mentioned, you see there are representations of parts of the sewer and parts of the upper city of Altimra. Small wooden dowels that seem to be placed with some sort of strategic importance, but you just push them to
Sorry.
the side.
It's fine.
Lay the body on the table, and you begin to clean the wound. You see the child looks perhaps 10, 11 years old. His eyes are closed. He's got that sandy brown hair I referenced last time. It's swept back, and the edge of the hairline is crusted with blood.
What happened?
Remember that little girl that we saw in the sewer?
Yes. How could I forget?
There's more of them, I think. And would kind of turn to Click to maybe be able to describe it better than I could. Because I think Dahlia only remembers that of like, has anything else been happening with that since we've been gone?
I am a fool to have listened to Aihrde. He warned me not to look into this, so I didn't. So I don't know.
It's okay.
No, it's not. 9 children are dead. Because I gave up on them. I gave up on them.
Does that ring any bells? I know that Mila did a lot of research while she was away. Because she wasn't told not to.
Roll a d20. Just give me your raw roll, please.
6.
It's a good try.
That is a roll. That is a number.
That is a number!
Is this between 1 and 20?
No, it's
I may have escaped Tom's sorrow, but they didn't. Unacceptable.
You cannot blame yourself for following directions that you were given.
You were a child. You would
You
have
were
been.
a child.
I'm not anymore.
And
Now
we
we're
can
back
start
together.
looking now.
I don't need your guidance or pity.
Do you think I pity you?
I failed them. You should.
If you failed them, we failed them too. It seems like a lot of things have failed.
You
these
weren't
children.
here. You didn't have the chance.
This has been going on longer than you've been alive, Click.
Yes. And I should have done something to stop it.
Shoulds and shouldn'ts, that doesn't matter. We're
not-
trying now.
We're not going to get anywhere arguing. We need him to wake up and answer some questions.
We need him to rest.
Well, you gonna interrogate the little fella?
Yes. He knows something, at least.
And what?
Well, I doubt he knows anything. I bet he was just bonked on the head.
Yeah, I point to the massive knot on the. If he knew anything, he might not anymore.
He might not
might-
even say
He
anything.
might remember where he got bonked on the head.
Well, what
by
I
who?
do know is he's got probably some parents. I don't really want to babysit, so we need to find his parents.
Well, he
So-
might be able to tell us that, right?
Well, hopefully.
What?
And I
Can you
don't
wake him
have
up?
it.
I think
What happened?
Dahlia kind of recaps as much as she can from like meeting Jonas, going on that little mission, showing up at the docks, going in, seeing some sort of undead creature,
A
but
lot
older.
transpired in that little time.
I can tell.
and would denote like the stuff that's written on the wall, what was said,
And as
all
you're
that
saying
stuff.
that, the night after you all left, after I had finished burying their bodies, I came back to the Pens for Pages. And there was a very similar sight to what we saw. 9 dead birds, 1 chained to the fence. There was no words, but this is an obvious sign. Someone wanted us to see that. Someone knew Jonas would come for me.
Somebody wanted you to see it back then too.
And they wanted me to see it now.
Is it just you? Maybe all of us?
I'm not sure.
Well,
you all
it's just
didn't-
not all about you, Click.
Well, you didn't see the birds.
Oh, good. But we left before we could see the birds, so you don't know.
We did have to leave.
So perhaps the message is meant for me, but it could be meant for us. I'm not writing anything out.
I would say it's a terrible message to have to receive in the first place, so we don't need to denote ownership over it.
I agree.
Are you all right?
No.
Okay, so I need clarification. I think I've gotten a little confused. is Tom Sawyer real?
Yes.
Fake? An illusion? Is he dead? What is he in the grand scheme of things?
I don't.
Because I don't know what we're looking for.
For our viewers.
I thought something was about to happen.
No, sorry. Threatening pencil.
Said his name too many times. I'm like,
So for our viewers, Daisy Bell was just asking about Tom Sawyer. If you're a fan and knowledgeable at Altimra, this would be the entity which Jay refers to as the boogeyman of Altimra. I personally, I liked to rebrand that a bit, but it's the same concept.
He has a rebranding here in Aihrde.
Yes, he's rebranding here in Aihrde. So Tom Sorrow is also known in Jay's world as the boogeyman of Altimra.
Oh, okay.
I've heard him go by
But no, your
many
question was
names.
good. It wasn't. That wasn't
okay.
for you. That was for them.
I always assumed he was a myth until we saw that girl down in the sewers.
Well, we just need to know what we're looking for because, like, if it's real,
I don't know what we're looking
I don't
for.
want to. I prefer. Here's my preference. I just prefer not to go into the sewers. I prefer to stay above ground, and since we know the children are being taken above ground, that's where I would like to stay.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay. Thank you. That was very
Also-
sweet.
There's lots of ways to go around this, but we have answers potentially sitting in front of us.
and I think regardless, Daisy, things of story and fable are often a lot more real than we think that they are. And the power that we've seen, be this entity real or fake, the power is real.
Well, I know. I'm just wondering if we're just looking for one man, or if it's a myth that's grown and we're looking for a lot more.
We will have to figure that out together.
Okay.
Perhaps
I just need to know what I'm looking for.
I can do some research, try to find something that has to relate with the.
Anybody got some,
9.
like, smelling salts? We need to wake this kid up.
Yes, is there anything you can do to awaken him?
Oh, I have something. I get it out. I know I've got something that smells. I know I got something in my stash.
I think I got something.
You got something.
You
from-
probably got something too.
Yeah, I just
deliberately
pull out
got
in the back. Yeah, I got something
Yours
from
is probably more
Amanda.
powerful than mine.
Yeah.
Why don't we set him in a chair?
Okay. Hey,
Don't be scary.
Can I?
thank you, Daisy Bell.
Can I talk to him?
As long as you ask the right questions.
I think she comes with a softer approach.
You're a little intimidating.
Thanks.
You just made that wasn't even click. That was Thomas. Thomas, you just put warm fuzzies through Thomas. He's like,
Yeah, baby!
I think Dahlia kind of looks to him and says, I think that this child has probably been through a lot. Maybe the same amount that, something akin to what we went through 7 years ago. And I don't think that any of us would have liked to be talked to in a way that felt scary by grown-ups at that time. Because it was a bad day for me. I think
Oh,
it was for the rest of us,
horrendous
too.
for me.
Mila's gonna go get a cup of water and something to eat.
Yeah.
Like some bread or whatever's upstairs. And when she comes back down, she'll be holding it and kind of gesture to you to
Yeah.
wake him up with the whatever it is.
I'll kind of pass like the little sachet that she gave me, like underneath
Okay.
his nose.
oh, all right. Actually, as you do that, you see his nose wrinkles a bit, and then he scrunches his eyes, and they flutter open. You see he has bright green eyes, and there's like a moment to register, and then panic.
Hey, I hand him a lavender sprig as well.
You're
as
safe.
she has the
He,
food.
he scrabbles back on the table.
I understand.
Leave me alone. Where am I?
You're
what is
safe
this?
now?
You're safe now. Here,
You're not chained up anymore.
drink some water. I don't know if you've had some recently.
It's gonna be okay.
If you're
I won't take that. You're not going to poison me.
We're not going to.
I want to go home.
I'm
We'll get you
Mila.
home. I'm
Who are
Dahlia.
you? Where am I?
I'm Dahlia. You're back in the city now.
Why is he staring at me like that?
Click away.
He's just curious.
We found you.
He's a little quiet.
You're huge.
I know.
We found
Hey, little man, what's going on? We're the Understreet Rats.
Okay,
I know you're
roll
super
diplomacy.
scared.
Roll diplomacy. Roll diplomacy.
It's Rachel's instant.
She got the first hint to it though.
Can I
Come on.
diplomacy? could my talking also?
Hey, buddy.
You're trying to assist her, aid her.
Yeah.
I mean, the cantrip adds a +2.
What
Or
is?
Horizon.
I can't see it. What is that?
Horizon. That's an 11.
Do you have any pluses to your?
When half the female PCs in your party specialize in intimidation, that's what we're seeing here.
Hey, listen, I've got a 15
No,
charisma. I
no,
can be
she has
nice.
intimidation
Oh,
too?
yes.
Sweet.
I
You're
can
the
be
good
nice.
one. We were the bad ones.
And you guys are the ones.
I'm not mean. I'm very
till David's
nice.
here.
Intimidate for a good purpose, right?
Yeah.
Persuade for a purpose. There we go.
Persuade for
Do
a
you know what your diplomacy is?
Oh,
Pull up your character sheet.
Oh, sorry. I'm like,
It would be
I do love that the one with the +10 diplomacy
Towards the
didn't
top.
roll.
So what was your roll?
It was
I have a
11.
+7.
What was your
Hey,
roll?
Oh my gosh.
11. So I'm at
11.
18.
An 18 +2, so 20.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
well from 8.
He sees a Daisy Bell leaning over him, and you see he kind of relaxes visibly. My, you're pretty.
oh, I thank you. You just said
Are you
Shakes
in
his head and
character
walks away.
shaking her
I
head?
know. I have been greatly blessed, and how are you? I know you've been through a traumatic time.
Yes, you're right. I am very pretty. Thank you.
What'd you say?
I said, you're very right. I am very pretty. Thank you.
What is it? That's not a compliment. That's a fact. He says,
Little man, where do you come from? I take his hand. Where do you come from?
I was on the docks. I was helping my dad with his work, and
Dogs, write it down.
I went around the back, and something hit me on the side of the head. I woke up briefly. I was chained to a wall, and there was a creature there, tall and dark and black in robes, and I saw him. I saw it. I killed him. I killed him right in front of me.
Oh, she'll pull out a handkerchief and hand it over.
So, you were just only at the docks? They didn't even take you from in town? Where were all the other kids from? Do you know? Were they your friends? Did you know any of them?
I didn't know any of them. I was just my dog went around one side of the dock, and he asked me to go fetch the bucket. And when I went to get the bucket, next thing I knew, I was struck, and then there.
This creature, the robes, did it seem to have faces in them? Were they scary? No faces?
No, not that I saw. No.
Okay.
You're being very brave.
What happened? Where am I?
We are currently in... I'm gonna look over...
Stop
basement
crying. There's
of
no
my home.
crying in Click's cave.
We're in the basement of my home. I took you down here to get you patched up, and she'll motion to his head. Oh, be careful. It'll be sore for a few days.
What's your daddy's name?
Talik.
Talik, do you know where
What does he look
lives? Do you know where
Was that
he
the
lives?
guy I stabbed?
You didn't ask his name.
Yeah, you didn't
Oh, I
ask
didn't.
his name.
Great.
But I don't think that we should drop this kid off.
Mom,
Do you know
I'm
where
like,
he lives?
oh,
Do you remember where you live?
Of course.
what does your daddy look like?
Oh, he's a big man, broad shoulders, dark hair. He works hard.
I bet he does.
Does that sound like the description of the man that Daisy Bell stabbed?
I mean, it doesn't not sound like.
Okay.
So it's like any number of
I
dock
looked at
workers.
Daisy and I point my eyes over at Mila in terms of when we drop this kid off, it's gonna be her, not us.
Did you guys tell me when that happened?
Yeah, probably.
yeah, we probably did.
Wow.
But I would look to the little boy and say,
boy.
and what's your name?
I'm Sammy.
Sammy.
That's a good name.
He's not gonna hurt me, is he?
No,
No.
he's not. He's all bark, no bite. I whisper really quietly to him and then give him a little wink.
Is that alright?
Oh, would you like to meet him? And she'll have him.
He's a good boy. Here,
Wanna
watch
see a
this.
trick?
And I hold out my finger. I hold out my finger more indignantly.
You see Finley, he kind of cocks his head at you, and you, Mila, you have a flash through your head of like indignity and shame.
Oh.
Like he's being asked to perform like some sort of, and you like you.
Oh,
you
I
get
won't
the,
make you hug me
like
if you don't want to, my friend.
He looks at the finger, and he just kind of drops his head.
I look at that and I say, hey, listen. Listen, and I look at him in the eyes and I go, you are your own man. And I think you're a delight. I'm sorry if I caused any offense. And I bow to him and I'm kind of like hamming it up for the kid.
Okay.
Would you like to say hi to him?
They have diseases my mom says they carry.
This one
he's
does.
so clean.
Fleas and mites and rats and disease like go hand in hand.
He probably
Not this
bathes
one.
more frequently than this guy does.
He's
Mila nods.
as bad as the DM wants to say something clever, this child would not. So I'll just let that go.
Can't make that character choice for me.
I did. I'm joking.
He kind of looks, and as he does this, Finley kind of he takes a whisker with two paws, and he just gently preens it
Handsome.
like that.
at him.
And then you see he takes
handsomest.
his two forepaws, and he just he go,
Fresh to death, like he got dressed in a coffin. Look at this man's.
but clearly in unusual motions, and you see the child's eyes go wide.
Yeah.
He understands what you're saying.
He's a very, very smart rat.
Smarter than me.
His name's Finley.
I actually believe that.
Hello, Finley. Can I go home now?
How late is it right now?
Oh, you would guess it's probably 2 hours before the middle of the night.
Okay.
Oh, are you hungry? I'm sure you're just famished.
I promise it's not poisoned, and she'll offer the food. And
I'll even
water
eat
again.
some. Like, I'll take a little bite. Just to show him.
So he takes some. He eats. He does drink the water, and you talk to him for a few moments. He tells you again his father's name is Talik. His mommy's name is Ali. He says Ali is very pretty. She has hair like Mila's, but just doesn't have that pretty white in it. And that he helps his dad several times during the week. They're poor family, but
Where does he live?
He lives just right next to the dock quarter. So there are several of the dock workers that have shanties and small structures right near the docks.
Would you know their family at all?
I don't know everybody in the low quarter, especially not around the docks. It's mostly in the shopping district that I am
That makes sense.
keep myself, but I don't know. I mean, I could roll to see if
Yeah,
I
go ahead, make a knowledge local.
13, I think.
13 total.
For
knowledge
Let me
local?
double check, but I believe yes, 13 total.
Okay. No, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know this person or their
Makes
family.
sense.
Do you happen to know what day it was when you went missing? When you were taken?
It was the 29th of Liglight.
29th. Okay. You haven't been gone for that long. We will get you back to your family. It's a bit late as is, but I understand wanting to sleep in your own bed.
It's a little scary out in the dark. And I think tonight might be extra scary. So should we stay here and then first thing in the morning, right when the sun comes up,
Is that okay
we can
with
take
you?
you back home. That way your parents will be awake then. If not, we can take you tonight too.
All right.
Okay.
But I don't want to sleep anywhere near him.
Don't worry, you
That's
don't
okay.
have to.
Do you want to go to a nice bed? I don't know if you've...
It's creepy down here.
All right. She'll offer her hand if he wants to take it.
He does.
And she'll lead him up and up again and to the bed.
Okay.
And she'll refill the water just to make sure that he has some. I will be right over here all night, so if you ever need anything, just call. My name is Mila.
Miss Mila, was that Was that Tom Sawyer what I saw?
Possibly. I'm not sure.
Then he knows where I live.
No, he got taken at the dockyard, didn't he?
Hmm?
He got taken at the dockyard, didn't he?
That's where
How
he
does
lives.
he know?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh, on the docks. You'll be okay. It'll be safe, I promise. We're gonna figure it out.
He nods at you, and then, you know, in that typical little boy, particularly around, ladies, he tries to give that stiff upper lip. He turns over, but as he's facing the wall, you can hear just a gentle crying as he lays against the wall.
Buddy.
She'll, I think from what I remember of the second floor, she'll kind of go to the small hall that's there, and she'll just sit there, and she'll probably eventually fall asleep, but that is where she will be, just in case that he needs
Okay.
anything.
But the three of us are still downstairs, right?
I look over and I point to the plants. And keeping them nicely.
Sure. We need to take care of that kid.
How do you mean?
Yeah, it was a very big statement.
I was like,
Well, I don't want to be babysitting. He needs to get back to his parents right away. But,
first thing in the morning.
I mean, it could have been his daddy that I stabbed, but wouldn't his daddy have said something? I don't know. He didn't
We
say
don't know
anything about
that.
missing a kid.
Well, he was getting stabbed in the nethers, so
Oh,
he
you're
probably
right.
didn't have much time
have a
to
lot of
tell
time.
you.
I don't think
Dahlia's just like loudly laughing at the table, and then it's like,
Well, lessons learned, lessons learned.
I think we all walk through the street together, and then when we get to the last block, Mila takes the
I
lead.
will just
We
take
can-
a step back. I'll
Uh-huh.
go get myself some sweet tea.
Yeah, that's probably a good
We can stick
idea.
together.
Yeah,
It's.
is that okay?
I don't know.
Good enough questions.
I don't know. I wish he knew more.
Yeah.
Dark robes, not red. Specifically, he mentioned. Good to know. Could have been misremembering. But Mila did ask about the faces, and that was rather prominent. I couldn't help but thinking that that was Tom Sorrow who got banished, but... And you're right, Daisy. We don't know if Tom Sorrow works alone. He could have been taken by one of his lackeys in the night.
That could have been one of the lackeys that we saw that night.
Well, we know that Janessa was taken by them. Which means Tom Sorrow does have people who either work for him or are influenced by him to do things.
Yeah. I wonder if those boys were free actors or not.
Well, I don't think people who
They
are
weren't by
working
the
in
end.
good faith don't usually end up in that sort of circumstance.
Out of character question, real quick. You guys didn't find the other person,
No,
right?
we did not. We never found Joris. We only found Liam.
Joris, that was his
Yeah.
name. Cool.
And that was the bigger boy out of the two.
No.
No, Liam
Joris
was
was
the
the
bigger
one
guy.
with the big ugly teeth.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And that is dangerous as well. We don't know what happens to these kids. We should actually probably keep an eye on him.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be hard. Do we know if there are any other kids who have, like, had a brush with something like this? Or, like, I guess Dahlia would just ask Click, like, any kids telling tales out of school
And correct
about...
me if I'm wrong. I don't think people have a brush with Tom Sorrow.
Yeah, there are vanishings that occur
Yeah.
regularly, but those that speak of them later.
Yeah.
Don't exist.
Well,
Well,
I guess that makes us special.
Unless that wasn't Tom Sorrow.
Click.
Good point.
Is there a... So there's wagons being taken out.
Yes.
Is it the same as Tom Sorrow? Are we dealing with two different things?
I think so.
Oh, Lord, this is too much for me.
There's a lot of evil in this city. That's why I'm glad you have returned. You seem to be interested in rooting it out 7 years ago.
Oh, yes.
I hope that fire
prefer
has
the upper
reignited.
ground rooting out than the lower ground.
Well, we'll do our best. But,
I think any elimination of any evil is probably good, yeah?
yes.
supper.
Thus is my task and burden. Burden's the wrong word.
I just slap my hand on his back and give him a pat before heading back upstairs.
There's probably a cot up there at the chair you were sleeping in.
Do we know where the wagons go? Have we asked that?
The ones that are protected by the orcs? I've never looked into it. I don't think we know yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are trade routes that. So
Yeah.
you have the river, which flows right out and down toward the Twilight Woods,
Yeah.
and there are trade roads which lead to the north, up in the areas where Mila
Towards
was,
Avignon,
right
up
toward
there.
Avignon, and up into was it
Kemi.
Kemi.
No, the town that you were in first.
Havenhold?
Havenhold.
Yep.
Up
You
toward
remember that
Havenhold.
part?
Yes.
I
Nice.
read a lot of the stuff.
Havenhold, or
Big
down
nerd.
toward the south, toward the southern coasts, and even further down toward the southern mountains where
Daisy was.
Daisy Bell
Yeah.
was.
I think Dahlia will kind of like sleep pretty close to the door just in case the kid ends up wanting to walk home. Not as a way to be like, you can't leave, but like,
Right.
hey, please don't walk through the streets alone.
You
So,
sleep in the leather chair. It's already right next
yeah,
to the front door.
very big dad energy, just like in a recliner, like, yeah.
I think we could spend a little bit of time. I will point out the trade routes on the map for you
Okay.
that I have of Altimra. Northern routes, eastern routes, southern. Depends on where you're trying to go.
And it was
Do we
northern, right?
because you've been here the
The,
longest.
what?
Where the orcs. Those
Yes,
trade
yeah, the
routes-
trade routes headed north. Were the ones
Okay,
being-
Click, you've been here the longest.
Yes.
Do you know when they travel? Is it at night? Is it during the day?
That depends on family and business.
Oh.
We could find perhaps a document, a dossier that could tell us.
Where?
Oh, come on. Anywhere in the merchant quarter. We just break in and find one.
Well, did you know I've not been around here and I didn't live in the merchant quarter, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, businesses tend to keep records of their passings and trades.
Well,
We
then
can find
you
one of those.
Can do a good job of that.
I thought you were wanting to help with the above ground work.
I do. You just give me that documentation and then I will help out. I have a special set of skills. It's not looking for documentation.
You're not good at climbing up things and sneaking around. I thought that's what you said you were good at.
Oh, I'm good at that.
So then why not climb up some things and sneak around?
Okay, let's go.
Not right now.
Oh.
Dahlia is up in the chair, just like, are they always
You're
going
just
to be
hearing
like
mumbling coming from below.
Well, and like Daisy Bell is not quiet, so I'm just up there like.
I mean, technically, Daisy Bell is quiet. She hasn't proven it yet.
well, yeah, she can be, but I think Dahlia's just like falling asleep to the sounds of familiarity of like, some things never change, and like.
Okay, so when are we gonna do this? Because
This is-
I'm ready now.
That's something, well, I'm a little bit tired.
Tired. Why are you tired?
Because I know how to take care of myself.
I just give him a big eye roll.
I'm not saying you don't. I just understand when I need to sleep.
I know how to take care of myself, but thank you.
The shade of it all.
There's probably a cot upstairs. Why don't you go get some rest?
A cot? Where is the bed?
There's currently a child sleeping in it. I'd imagine.
He took my bed. I think the child could have a
Daisy? No, I'm gonna actually put my foot down on that. I allowed him to take my bed.
Oh, click, click, click.
What, Daisy?
Well, oh my gosh. Okay,
No, where do you find yourself right now?
where do I find my... What are you talking about?
You seem to think that you've come in here and this is all your kingdom. Oh, Altimra, I grew up here.
Oh, click, click, click. He thinks he's so good because he has his own cave. His own place, his own two-story thing. Oh, I own Leatherworks. Oh, I'm so good. I have 2 different names that people know me by. They think
Daisy?
I'm sneaky.
Daisy?
I'm like looking across. I imagine. So can we make Mila? Yeah, Mila's sitting on the second floor, like looking over, and I'm like in my chair, looking at her, like.
Daisy, it's good.
Did I hear you say because I'm so sneaky?
Yeah, he's so sneaky.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
It's good to know you haven't changed a day.
Oh, well, you know, I just believe in just...
Are we sure Click and Daisy
Go
grew
with
up? Amanda asked if we're sure Click and Daisy grew up.
I don't know. I feel like I'm being the mature one.
Oh my god! I like how like there are people in your life who will bring out your inner child, both in a good way and a bad way.
So
and
true.
It's you too.
So true. So true.
Go get some rest.
I will. And I flip my hair and go upstairs. I check where the kid is. Where the cot is. I'm going to transfer.
Well, Mila's right there.
Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. So this let's role play
We're
this.
all right there.
No. So
You're on the bottom floor.
No, yeah,
you guys are
but
still
I'm
down.
looking at up there.
Yeah. So you walk past.
Where
you
is-
walk, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll get you there. You walk past Dahlia. Dahlia's sprawled out on a chair, all 6'3" of her. The chair looks too small by half.
It absolutely looks like it could break.
And while she
make for me.
looks like she's asleep, you do see like the sliver, the glint of one eye as she just watches you as you go past. You make your way creaking up the stairs, and you see there are a couple of cots against one wall, canvas
Perfect.
affairs stretched across wooden frames. You see there is Mila. She's sitting there quietly in a chair and just gently petting Finley. And the boy lays with his back to you, face toward
Was
the window. in the
crying
cot.
earlier.
Which you wouldn't know. He's still now, but yes, he was.
Do I go over and make sure he's asleep?
You lean over him. I mean, there's a steady rise and fall to his chest. He looks like he's asleep.
Daisy? What are you doing over there?
Well,
He's asleep.
okay, I get that. I do. I understand, but I always need a good night's sleep. And if I sleep now,
I always need it.
if I'm gonna sleep, it's gonna be a good one.
Daisy, go to a cot.
Do you know how?
Mom's mad. Mom's mad.
Oh, Daisy, go to a cot.
What did you just say? You do not. I can't even. I can't even. I can't even. Don't tell me what to do. You are not my mother.
I'm not trying to be.
Well then, don't just go to a cot.
Are you
Listen to
thinking
me.
of moving this child out of this bed
You hear-
onto a cot so that you can sleep better? That is selfish, and I'm not going to let you do that.
And you hear, and you see Finley is standing up, and he's got his paw, and he's got one finger, he's pointing at you.
Oh my gosh, I am not gonna be. I am not. You know what, little rat? I'm not gonna be talked to like that at all.
He has a name. His name is Finley.
Yes, I get that, but I've got flustered, forgot his name. Finley.
I'll get out of my chair and start like making my way over like very laboriously, and I think you slowly see like the top of my eyes like over
Come
the
up on the
chair, and I'm like,
stairs.
Daisy, would you like me to tuck you in?
Oh my gosh, I'm being treated like a child. I'll just go sleep in the cot. Thank you very much.
Excellent. And I throw a blanket over you when you get up there, but it's like a nicer, like a heavier quilt.
I try and meditate. I do. I have to meditate every night, and it would be much better on a mattress than a cot.
Good.
I mean,
That's got to be very hard.
it is very hard,
I'm really sorry.
but I will do my very best.
What a saint. And then I walk back down the stairs. And I like pat Mila on the shoulder.
A sigh just escapes her.
I go
All right.
back down to my dad chair. Just
All right. Anything else being done this evening? No. All right.
A couple of things that Mila would have done during the day. I wanted her to have gotten some flowers, a little bouquet, if possible. Actually, I think that was about the only thing that I really wanted her to do. Other things she did do, like she was training and she cleaned and she talked to Finley, and that was about the
classic
extent
day in
of
the
it.
life of Mila.
Right.
Classic day in the life of Mila, but yeah, she would have gotten a bouquet, and it would probably be on the table. And at some point, she probably would go to Click.
Who's
Not
down in the cellar?
You stay
below.
down there all night?
I sleep in a hammock that I have down there.
Downstairs?
That rules.
Okay, all right.
I want a hammock.
She will tell Dahlia that she'll be right back.
As you walk by, I like grab you by the forearm and just say, "Good job taking care of the kid."
Thank you, and good job with all that you did. I know that
Nah.
some things don't go according to plan, but
Do they ever?
do they ever? Good night.
Good night.
And she'll her way down the ladder.
Looks like I need to get a new ladder.
That crickety old thing.
I did.
Okay, is that better?
I did describe the ladder as creaking. I think she had it right.
Thank you. Anyways.
All right. So then it's just the two of you down there now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like sleeps upside down from the rafters.
So you go.
Thank you, Twitchy DM. Very good.
So you come down and you do see Click. He's laying in a hammock, looking somewhat self-satisfied, and his head tilts as you come walking back down the stairs.
Click. I don't know if this would be a question for David or for you, but I was wanting tomorrow, if possible, to go visit the graves. If you would show me where they are, I would have gone myself, but I don't know.
Sure.
I would also like to visit the Pensiver Pages to do some research.
Sounds like a 2-for-1 trip.
Then perfect.
There's this like awkward.
Mila looks like she wants to say something and decidedly doesn't. And just, thank you. Good
Yep.
night. And she'll go back up the ladder. And then go to sleep. Thank you.
I need the sound effect, please. Rachel. Well done.
My leg.
I won't make you flying.
Wilhelm scream.
All right. So, anything else being done that evening then? All right. Then the next morning dawns, and are you all coming upstairs, or what's the order of the morning going to be?
Unless anyone wants to argue me about it, I want to be awake first.
Sure. Yeah.
Great. I have a boiling pot over the fire going,
Okay.
just to get some water roiling, and David is there wearing his usual attire, little.
It's a little ghetto.
He doesn't have his coat on. He's got his vest and folded up sleeves of his white shirt. And
Nice.
as you guys wake up, you actually see, because I talked to John about this, and this is really cool, some things on his arms that he did not have. Did not have the last time you met him.
This guy tatted up.
What you can visibly see on the right arm is a snake that coils its way up
Sick.
into the sleeve. You can't see what is passed on the shoulder. And occasionally on the left forearm, you see a really intricate-looking skeleton key that has been broken in half and has some shattered little bits in the middle.
Rolls.
So neat.
And that's all you can see visible from there. And he's wearing that nice ruby set ring, and he's working at the fire.
So, next Sunday is cosplay.
You fool!
I'll get Sharpie. I'll Sharpie it all on.
Thomas is gonna get real tattoos for this character.
Hey, so I'll just tell you, one of our newest members of the crew in Greyhawk Awakening Book 3 will be showing you how dedicated they are to Blue Box brand when they go live
man.
on videos. So,
Sick. Pretty cool.
That's
actually, I don't need
exciting.
Serenity coming to me saying, John, what did you talk Thomas into doing?
Do it and you're cool. Do it and you're cool.
You spent like $900 on tattoos
All the cool kids are doing it.
for a single session of D&D.
No, it's for week after week after week, Thomas.
Thank God.
Anyways.
All right, so it's the next morning, and we are on the final day now of Lex Light, and you
Licked.
Let's lick.
I licks like sleep.
Nah. Say
Locked.
Say it right.
I'm not sure. We need to actually, I know Steven.
We need Steven in the chat.
No,
Steven!
his answer.
Steven!
Steven's answer is always, it's however you want to pronounce
However you want to pronounce
That's always
All
what he
right.
says.
Lexlight.
No, we'll go Lexlicht. It's the final 30th day of Lexlicht, and now getting into true winter.
Oh, it was
There is a heavy cloud cover over the day outside now, and you can feel the chill coming in through the cracks in the beams and boards of well-equipped. Sammy wakes up. Can I go home now then?
Yes, we'll take you right now.
Do you want
Alright.
breakfast before we head out?
I just want to go home.
Okay.
Understandable.
We'll take it to go.
Yep.
I'll grab, like, if there's any fruit on the table or something
Okay.
like that.
Mila does don her armor.
Yeah.
All right. So armored up.
Yep.
Armored up. Doesn't really matter for you. And just
Hair coiffed
Yep.
with flowers.
As a leather worker, I'm always armored.
Right.
Oh my
What are you looking for?
I think
All my
Dahlia
flowers are
will
out there.
come and grab a cup of coffee or
Tea,
you know,
whatever.
whatever, and then like looks at the tattoos and just kind of contemplates them. How long you had this?
A couple of years.
Nice. Good luck.
You never told me about them.
Oh, yeah.
Does it hurt? Slap.
I mean, it hurts when you slap my arm.
Okay.
No, a
Good.
couple of years.
Okay, I don't know. I've never had one.
I think they took a while.
Cool.
Coffee? Tea?
Oh, I'm always up for a cup of honeysuckle sweet tea.
I don't have any. I've been with you the whole time. When have I had time to buy
It's
honeysuckle?
okay as long as you have hot water. I
Okay.
have what I need.
There's hot water on the
Thank
fire.
you. So I make myself a cup of sugar.
To your liking.
To my liking.
Okay. And you enjoy your cup of honeysuckle.
Yeah.
Sammy stands anxiously by the door.
Yep, we're getting it to go. And
Is he all right?
we're taking him home. But yes,
I haven't. I don't know.
David, right.
I haven't seen him he's been sleeping the whole night.
He didn't wake up, did he? He was fine throughout the
Yeah,
night.
he slept through the night.
Good.
We should be careful. It's the day. Just cautious.
Of course.
Talking to his family about this.
I
We
mean,
need to say the right things.
I think
I'm sure they will
maybe
just
you
be
two
glad to
should
have him back.
talk to the family.
Okay.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in
I mean,
case.
we're keeping it low.
Yeah. Keeping it smooth.
Keeping it smooth.
Let's go.
Why don't we also have him point out where exactly he was working in the dockyards, and the two of you could perhaps investigate?
That is a
Sure.
yeah.
I'm not great at that, but I'll
I
try.
beg to differ. You're single-handedly the reason why we were able to find Janessa.
Listen, I can spell things, okay?
I like to be tough and all, but two women going down the dockyards isn't necessarily the best
Yeah, it
thing.
went really well the first
Yeah,
time.
well, last time. Yeah.
I mean, I like teaching lessons and all, but I can't be always going down there teaching lessons, or
You
I'm
can't
gonna
be the
have a
lady who
reputation.
stabs people in the neck.
I think
Although
if
you
have,
might already be.
That label may already be there.
I do have a reputation of being pretty, so
Well, you,
Who says that? Dahlia, fully in character, is like, what is that?
a reputation. Interesting.
I have a reputation for being pretty.
You do. You sure do, Daisy Bell. You sure do.
Sounds like something someone would say who is not.
Yeah, I know. I have a reputation of being beautiful and gorgeous, so
Well,
I have that going.
Dahlia's with you. I feel like she's just gonna look up and then look over and. I think it should be okay.
and
Yeah,
last time I
probably
knew
fine.
you were a fan of wearing cloaks. You could go incognito.
oh,
It's an idea.
I don't want to go to his house just in case.
We're not going. We won't go to the house.
You'll be going to the dockyards where he was working when he was taken.
Oh, Laura, my goodness. We're going to the dockyard still? Fine, we'll go. I'll sneak around in a hood.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Sounds good.
I have plenty.
I kind of change up the way that I had styled my hair from the previous day and
Okay.
Just make little changes
All
like
right,
that.
little changes. All right.
I give Daisy a cloak.
Easy.
Yeah.
Just those little changes, I'm sure, will make you look completely different. Than
Nothing
Hulking,
like
6'3", red-haired, armored.
Yeah, I just do it, and I'm like, this will cover it. This will be.
cover it.
I think it would be more off-putting to see a 6'3" cloaked figure skulking around the dockyard.
That is true. That is
it.
true.
Mila will hood herself.
We also
as well.
probably shouldn't walk as a pack.
Yeah,
Just an idea.
yeah.
We
You
can
all-
meet up at the dockyards, but find your own paths.
And we have to go sneak around. We need to go to the merchant corridor.
We will discuss that, but we have a job
Let's-
to do first.
Let's go drop Sammy off at
You
home,
ready?
and then maybe go to Pens for Pages.
She'll once again offer her hand if he'd like it. Understand if he doesn't, but
He takes your hand.
Bye, Sammy, and you be strong. And remember us.
You're not coming with me?
Oh, not today, sweetie. Not today. I'm gonna go look around the dockyards, and we're gonna try to find what happened.
Make sure this.
We're
doesn't
gonna get
happen to
rid of those
anyone
bad
else.
people for you.
I'm sorry about last night. I'm not really scared. It was just a long day.
There's absolutely
Of
nothing to be
course.
sorry
I'm
about.
very brave.
there was
We
you
are so brave.
You
So
are.
brave.
Never a doubt in our minds.
And someday you can just be just like us. Now go with them.
She's gonna kneel down. Sammy, there are not many children that have gone through what you have gone through, and the fact that you are still here proves how brave that you are.
Thank you. It was really hard, but I think I'll be all right. I just want to go home now.
And it's okay if you're not all right. It's always okay to not be all right.
Are you therapizing me?
Sorry.
No, that's good. I like that. I like that.
This kid's been hanging out with Randy.
No, he doesn't. All right. So, what is the plan there for the group?
We'll kind of trail behind. They're taking Sammy to
Yeah.
the front door of his home.
Okay. All right. So you move to the dock quarter to take him home. All right.
And she'll ask him to show where he lives.
And he will do that. So we'll take this opportunity to go to our one and only break today.
Oh my god.
An early
I
one.
think it's a
She's
good.
just therapized.
Yeah, I know. It's a good spot for that. So before we do that, though, we got a couple of announcements to make. Thank you so much for joining us today. First thing I'll talk about is one of the giveaways. We may do a second giveaway. We'll just see how
Yeah,
the
maybe.
stream goes in the back half. But we are featuring the world of Aihrde, courtesy of our fantastic sponsor, Troll Lord Games. By the way, they were going to start it this week. Looks worse in text than it sounds out loud. Yeah, it's true. So they're going to be starting. Troll Lord will be starting a stream next Sunday that will be right before our stream, and so they're starting a regular Sunday game, and our friends at TLG will raid into us. at the conclusion of our game. So it's going to help us to get off to a quicker start every week at TLG from TLG. So today, our one of our giveaways is this module from Castles and Crusades, A Lion in the Ropes.
What a fun title.
It's a
That is a
really
good
cool
title.
little
It's a
module.
lion.
It's quick
It's in the
and
ropes.
easy.
How did it get there?
Their
How are you
stuff
going to help it get out?
is really well done. Includes the maps and all the stat blocks for the creatures. It's a fun little module from our friends at Troll Lord Games. And then we may do a little bit more than that today, depending on how the back half of the stream goes.
Yeah, maybe.
Couple of quick announcements that I would like to make. First of all, if you have not seen this yet, I don't know what rock you've been under, but we have this coming very, very soon.
Dark Sun. Love that font.
The
Very good.
sea
Very cool.
Of Dark Sun.
of Dark Sun.
Delicious.
That video, that is custom music made for Blue Box by Joffrey of Dice Songs.
That's
You're gonna
beautiful.
find there are gonna be a
really good.
ton of custom tracks, audio tracks, custom artwork, all developed for Blue Box
Huzzah.
for our Greyhawk Awakening Book 3 crew. It is going to be awesome.
Why
Don't
now?
worry,
Why
don't
would
worry.
you do
I have custom stuff coming for you guys as well, including
I
a very
refuse.
custom monster that will be.
I don't
Very
like
soon.
that.
I might have already seen it.
I don't want it.
No, you haven't seen this one.
No.
I'm
no.
I'm
Is it my
debuting.
freaking mom? John, is it my freaking mom?
My freaking freaking mom.
Legally, you have to tell me if it's my mom.
Legally, I have to tell you. Then quickly, the reminder again that we have coming up this Wednesday night. We have Fraley joining us for the 3D printing LMA. That's going to be a blast. We'll have a 3D printer here on the table running live prints, talking tips and tricks, and a giveaway. Patrick has a really cool printed 3D item that he'll be giving away that night. And then the following week, we have the amazing women of our Throw Dice Like a Girl session that'll be talking about the world of gamer girls and what they face, the highs and the lows. And that's going to be a fantastic 2-hour session that night. We'll start early at 5 o'clock. And also on that stream, we'll have these 2 young ladies that will be with us on that. It's going to be a fantastic time. In addition to these 5 that you see, there is one more that will be joining. Amanda, Mystical Unicorn Painting, will be with us on this. And I didn't see if Amanda responded earlier when I asked.
She did. She said she would.
Okay, all right. So we got to update the flyer, Amanda. We need your pick on this flyer now. And all 6 of them will be on video. It's going to be an incredible night talking about some really important topics. And then I also wanted to mention tonight after the stream, so we'll go straight into Fall of Red Dawn.
Woo!
Fall of Red Dawn, so you get the Blue Box doubleheader today. When we conclude our stream, we'll end. Please just stay on the screen, and then it will kick back up with Fall of Red Dawn. We have to do it that way because it's streamed on our Twitch channel, but from a different physical location. Rory streams it from his machine, so we can't raid in. But that's actually better because if you stay, raids don't transfer to numbers as it relates to Twitch and their tracking. But if you stay on the channel, you will count as a fresh viewer on the stream when Rory kicks off. And then tonight I'll be on with Jay, including Lily A. Nerdy Guide to D&D from the UK, and Todd Stashwick, fantastic actor. He's got a huge resume of work.
What?
But also, he is playing in Picard season 3 and a major character. Yes, so I'll be on with him tonight.
Oh my God!
What?
Yes, and we'll be talking about.
I love this guy.
So he'll
Looks like
be
you
on.
got plans for later.
I put in the chat last night, and Todd is just so excited to meet me tonight. It's going to be fantastic. So,
Hook me up.
so it'll be a fun night, and we're going to be talking about the challenges and the tricks of running long-term D&D campaigns. And this is obviously something that I have some experience with, so it's going to be a fun chat. And
Next, we need to get Joe Manganiello and Chris Pine.
There you go. That's coming.
We can do that. We can do that.
That's
easy.
So it's going to be a fun night
They're not
tonight
doing
talking
anything,
with
are they?
Todd and Jay. Anna will be on
Especially not Chris Pine.
and Lily A.
All the way to the top.
And Jay's going to ask that he'll mention on the stream that you have both streams up. So have Fall of Red Dawn up and have this stream up. And
Double watch.
You can just turn the volume real low on Fall of Red Dawn. If you're not watching that stream primarily.
Get God, I guess.
No,
what's
we're gonna turn it way down on Gavin.
Well, it depends on which one you're really focused on, right? But my point is support
Alternate.
both.
Turn up one,
you want to
turn down
support
the other.
both streams.
50% on both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that works, right?
I haven't
has
watched
one
season
headphone
3
has
yet.
the other.
Actually, I've only seen part of season 1, so I haven't seen it yet. But I've heard he is fantastic. Hey, thank you so much, C Cars. We appreciate that. And then I feel like I had one more thing to announce, but I'll save it for after the break.
Chris.
Hey, Chris, good to see you.
bud.
Thank you so much for the resub. That's 39 months. He's OG.
Dang.
Chris lived here in Nashville, actually worked for me at our old company. He was part of my development team.
Wow.
When my first streamed games was all my head of development and all 3 of his guys in development. Yes,
really
it was
fun.
very good.
Yes, and he horribly died right next to me at this table.
He did. That's right.
Burned to a crisp by a really high damage lightning bolt.
Tender.
Yes,
Wow.
that is true.
Yes, and we grabbed some of his ashes and left.
Oh,
I teleported the party
Sometimes
out, and
that's
that's
what
all
you
we
gotta
can
do.
do.
So much, Mammoth. Thank you. 5 gift subs. We
Wow.
appreciate that.
So kind.
That is awesome. And what am I forgetting? Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. Oh, congrats on the sub. And yeah, Anna will be with us tonight on that show. So
great.
She always kind of co-hosts the Gavin. That's going to be a fantastic one. And then if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to show this to you now instead of the break because I have an idea. We'll see if I can pull it off. But we now now have our brand new merch store
Rats,
up
black,
on
glossy
Blue Box.
mug.
And hang
You
on, let
can
me
put
pull
so
this
many
up.
rats in this cup.
And it's growing every week. So all of this goes to St. Jude Children's Hospital. The proceeds, all the profits go to St. Jude's. And we can create custom stuff here for campaigns. So this, the Understreet Rats one, you can see these players. And you can get...
Very cute.
It's got all 4 of their pictures
So cool.
on it. And that's a fun
my
one.
handsome boy.
And you can choose
We're all so
between
beautiful.
an 11-ounce or a 15-ounce mug. So if you want the 15, and it shows you the mock-up of each one. So that's super fun. We've got a Greyhawk Awakening mug here. We've got the
sick.
Blue Box
That's so
tumbler.
cool.
We've got and these Blue Box glossy mugs also come in the 11 or the 12-ounce. The notebooks were requested.
Oh, I need one of those.
So this shows you front and back. So it's handy too because it's got the QR code if you want to just direct people to our website and say, what is that awesome notebook you have? You say, just scan it right here. And it take you right to it. And then this guy has the black logo on the back and the LMA dragon on the front. You have cases for both your Samsung and your iPhone. These brand new polos.
That's
you know, they've got the
very
nice
cool.
trim and finish on the sleeve. These are like, I think that I've got one coming, so I haven't physically
Nice.
seen it, but they're supposed to be really cool quality. So all this is available. Now, one thing I want to tell you about this is that everything on this site is inclusive, I need to put it on here, of tax and shipping.
Nice.
So when you see $16.95, for example, for that mug, that's not just for the mug. That includes all your taxes and it includes the shipping. And so far, everything I've seen is coming USPS first class. They go out quick. So what I've seen from the couple orders that have been done within days, this is arriving at your doorstep. So don't think you have to add up.
Long commercial.
Long break.
Yeah, long. Well, a lot of people haven't seen this.
You're
so
right,
I
you're
wanted to
right,
show it to 'em. So in any case, check that out. And I actually have a reason that I'm showing you this now before the break. So I'm going to ask all my players to leave the room during the break.
Yeah, I knew he had some secrets.
And so
Fine.
it's just a small. Don't get too excited. It's a small
No,
thing.
I'll leave. I get it.
And
Fine, I'll
Blue
see
Box
myself
will
out.
be right back.
Tell me later.
We'll leave the mics hot. Thanks everyone for joining us. We will, as always, leave the mics hot during the break, and your DM is actually sitting here with you as I do this because I have something I wanted to do on this break. See if I can do it as quickly as I think I can. Hopefully you're enjoying it. It's a fun time in this campaign. They're all adults. They're young adults, and they're in the city of Altimra, and they're currently, really, the title is Altimra Awaits, and that's because the city is their oyster. They are free to do as they wish. They have several different subplots, but there is really nothing that is pushing them in any specific direction right now. They just have the freedom to do what they want to do in this city, and it's interesting to see how they're exploring it and what each of them are doing. So that's kind of the reason for the title, and I think they've been really fun with it so far. No, that's true, Chris. That doesn't probably come out the way you intended it. just slightly. I just had something I thought would be fun. It's not even game related per se. I mean, it is kind of, but it's not. Usually when I ask them to leave the room, I'm doing more fun stuff like setting up scenes and whatnot. I'm not doing that now. I'm just working on something else. It's going to be a lot, I think, theater of mind here on the rest of this show, just by virtue of the fact that they're doing all kinds of different things and going different places that you really don't prep stuff for. But I think it should be fun. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you again, Memoff, for the gift subs. Thank you everybody for the cheers. As you know, like we put every dollar of that and then some back into trying to create fun content for you, and it means a lot to us when you guys join, participate, support. It's just been great. As long as I keep my pants on. Yeah, I can promise you. Favor high Gygaxian words from John so far. Penultimate, ossified, conflagration, and furtively. I didn't even realize I do that. That's hilarious. Nice, Twitchy. Oh, hey, thank you, Dark Elf Twilight. Yeah, I often wonder, like, how many times people, if they get the gift subs, do they keep them active, or do the gift subs just kind of come and go? I know the latter is sometimes true, but I do appreciate it when you guys keep the gift sub going. Yes, I am as well. Anna's Patreon is a must. Yeah, they are mind-blowing, and Anna's actually working on a little custom map for us for Greyhawk Awakening Book 3, which will take the world of Athos, the Sea of Dust, and bring it into Greyhawk. It's going to be in the Sea of Dust, and we'll have many of the Athasian cities and all the fun stuff of that world, the lore, the monsters, the classes. You'll have psionics. I mean, it'll still be Greyhawk, but it will be true to both Greyhawk and Athos at the same time, which I think is going to be a blast to watch. All right, I'm going to go up and grab my players. Thanks for hanging with us through the break. We'll be right back.
What happened, chat? Chat, what happened? Quick, Finley, what do they say? Relay that to me.
You got a rat to the rats. Come on, chat.
Yeah, come on.
Rat to the rats,
Rat
come
to the
on,
rats.
chat.
Come on, tell us all the secrets.
Ooh, would you mind if I had one of those?
Yes.
I want some.
Please.
I just need a little sugar
A little.
in my
I'm
blood.
gonna try and not steal this from you for a whole week.
You can.
Unless that's
I don't
not
need it. I also need to buy the new version.
Oh
so.
wow. Okay, I'm not gonna read this.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot. The DSM-5 is no joke.
I've read the entire thing.
Yeah.
It was a miserable slog.
Yeah, 1.5% was the number that I saw.
I can't open it.
Did you know that DID is also far more common in women than it is in men?
What?
Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh.
Way more common in women.
There we go. I didn't open it the way that I think you were trying to.
Although this says differently.
No, this is from 2013,
So
so
it might be different numbers.
TR
now.
could have updated.
Yeah, when I was researching recent stuff, it said it was way more common. 2013?
I am just gonna hold it.
Wow.
So it just
I'm not gonna
updated
open it.
in 2021.
Which DSM-6?
So DSM-5 TR.
this?
So that journal, yeah, it's a whole thing.
Special edition.
Yep. So a friend gave those as like a big gift to a bunch of us, and like
So cool.
that's hand-bound leather that she
That is
made, and I was
so
supposed to use
neat.
it for like my personal journal keeping, and then I
And
never
then-
did, and I was like, I can reuse this as a prop.
There it is.
You did more than make it a prop.
Yep.
It's incredible.
There's too much stuff in it.
All right, here we go. We're
Is
coming
it
right
all
back.
full?
3, 2, and 1.
It's about a third.
About a third.
And welcome back, everyone. Thanks for hanging with us through the break. We're going to get right back into
welcome.
the role play
Get
here.
right back into it.
And as we get started, I was going to show you all. So we ended. Isn't the Dark Sun M6 coming out, son, or DSM?
DSM-6.
Oh.
We're talking about.
Oh, DSM.
Yeah.
Oh,
Psychology
yeah, sorry,
stuff.
yeah, different. So I thought I would show you guys what we can do, and so this
power.
was just created. And is now, and I won't do this for everything, but I thought it would just be fun to show you one time. We have a brand new mug in the store, and it is.
Oh my
I have a
gosh.
reputation for being pretty.
It was that quick?
Incredible.
It's already up in our store.
No way!
Quick.
Amanda, come on.
No, I did it. That was
You
what I was
did?
doing down here on the break. Yes. So
So
you
it
can-
wasn't some map secret that he
Okay.
wanted.
No, I told no, it wasn't.
good.
No deadly monsters.
I have a reputation for
so
being
if you want, and I have a reputation for being pretty mug, and either 11
This
or
is the
13
power of
hours.
the
Yep.
store.
Yep.
This is incredible.
Very, very good.
So yeah, you never know now, players. Your words could be on a piece of swag in minutes.
No, scary.
So it's very
Did you write the product blurb down there? This cupboard essential is sturdy, sleek, and perfect for your morning Java or afternoon tea.
No, I don't. No, that was not mine.
No, he did it. I watched
I
him
love
do it.
that.
Okay, watch that sell out before the end of the stream. I have a reputation for being pretty. I loved it. All right.
That was so good.
Okay, so here we go. You make your way through the docks, and it is a crisp, early winter, late fall morning. And as you get close to
Wearing my jacket.
the docks, you hear the typical sounds of this area. You can smell the scent of the river as you move along it, and you can also smell the charnel scent of smoke still wafting up the remaining embers that are burning. And you see a little lad standing on a corner, and you've seen these criers all around Altimra, and he pipes out with a clarion voice into the chill morning air and says, "Fire in the docks! Horrible flames! Local officials claim hiding murder! Councilman James Hollander named the youngest member of the mayoral council in Altimra history! Hear it all ye! Captain Lord Commander Juan Carlos investigating strange disappearances in the low and merchant quarters. All beware! All beware! And he goes through and he repeats it again.
What was the Jameis?
Yeah,
Hollander.
Name.
James Hollander named youngest council member ever named to the mayoral council in the history of Altimra.
He's the
He's the kid that I wrecked
the twerp.
emotionally.
Yeah. Oh
Great.
no.
I gotta go murder me some politicians.
World. Ooh, I think Twitch, that could get us in trouble.
Oh!
Yeah, we did not mean that.
Not literally.
No.
All in character, and even then.
Just like, yeah, we're gonna wind up on a January 6th tape here.
Oh, jeez.
Youngest
All right.
council member.
Youngest council member.
Youngest member of the mayoral council.
Mayor. How do you spell that, John?
And like mayor, but then
Okay.
so
O-R.
mayor ale.
Mayor Al.
Yeah.
Mayor.
Juan Carlos is investigating the disappearances.
Interesting. Someone we could speak to.
Good now.
Yeah, very good.
You are going to be slinking around in the dock quarters. Try not to get seen as much as you can.
Should we really go investigate at all? Is there anything that we're gonna find over there that's useful?
That's what I'm wondering.
Wouldn't
I
hurt.
think we could just stand in that area and just listen.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Yeah. I'll buy a fish if I have to. It's fine. Got the
You
gold
snuck
for
into
it.
your own house under God.
I can work on my skills. I'll see how much I can sneak around.
Well, good.
So then you took Sammy.
With Sammy.
The two of us are
It
with
was
Sammy
okay,
going
all right.
to their
so,
to his house.
so Mila and David taking Sammy. He leads you. You go right past the burned dock. You can still feel some warmth coming off, as you know. It takes a long time for a building that size to burn down, but it's. There are several workers that are trying to clear away rubble. You walk past sort of surreptitiously, trying not to make eye contact. And
As we're passing it, I don't think the plan was for the whole building to go down, but probably for the best.
well, you know, large wooden warehouses tend
Yeah,
to do
no.
that when you.
When you burn
8 wisdom. We're playing with that.
He leads you to a small, really almost more of a lean-to than a house, and probably a one-bedroom. Looking at it from the outside, the door hangs slightly askew, and he calls from outside,
Barrels of alcohol.
"Mother, mother!" And he runs up to the door. Before you even knock on it, the door opens, and you see behind it a woman in her middle years. Might have been svelte at one time, but now a little more plump with age. And she does have dark hair, very similar to yours in terms of coloring, but doesn't have, of course, the beautiful streak. Her eyes are lined with worry and care. You can see she's been crying. The moment she lays eyes on Sammy, she doesn't even speak a word. She just bursts into tears, and she throws her arms around him and just starts blubbering, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you."
Shall I offer up another rag to
Handkerchief?
help clean her handkerchief? That's the word for it. If she would take it.
Yeah, she pays it no mind. "Thank you so much. Oh, my boy, where was he? Sammy, where have you been? What did you do, you stupid lad?"
It was not his fault. It was not his fault at all.
Ma'am,
He was taken. He was kidnapped.
I'm certain you've heard the stories.
What stories? What are you talking about? What happened, Sammy?
The disappearances that have been happening recently.
No.
You haven't heard of them?
You saw Tom Sorrow? The boy just nods his head.
He's lucky we found him.
You hear a groan. Who's out there?
Oh boy.
Mr. Talik?
Who's asking?
David Preston, owner of Well Equipped in the low court of Altimra.
I've heard of you. What's your fancy kind doing down here with we low folk in the docks? Oh, by the gods.
Oh boy.
She looks over at you.
I mean, David does not react to that, but
My husband, he had an accident at the docks. His anchor, it just shot up out of the water somehow. And
This poor woman.
it struck him in a bad place, if you take my meaning.
I do. You should go see Fauna at Eat, Shoots, and Leave. She has some Perhaps some herbs that could assist.
Good idea. I haven't got anything to give you, but thank you for returning
There
Sandy
is
to me.
nothing to give.
In fact, and she will reach in and she'll give 2 gold coins to her.
She kind of looks at you.
Please.
I'm not selling him. He's my
don't-
boy.
No, of course not. It's just to help. I know times are hard. It's tough out here.
She looks at you strangely for a moment, and then almost as though expecting you to snatch your hand back at any moment, she tremblingly reaches out. She takes the coin from your hand.
Thank you very much. It was very good to see both of you.
She grabs her child. Boom! Door closes.
Perfect. Excellent.
Honestly, could have gone worse.
I could have gone much worse. I wish I could have warned them just to be more careful.
There's no careful you can be around this.
He said, as we're walking away, he said last night that Tom Sorrow knows where he lives then.
I think that the child was just a bit fearful. Tom Sorrow left him alive for a purpose.
That makes me nervous.
Me as well. We don't know. I also believe that we might be making some assumptions that this even is Tom Sorrow.
I'm gonna write on just a piece of paper, if you would let me, if you need anything well equipped.
Absolutely.
Business card.
Ask for Preston.
David Preston.
David Preston.
Dave Preston.
And she'll slide it under the door.
Mr. Preston.
Mr. Preston.
And then
Fancy.
leave.
All right. The third.
Nope.
All right.
He dropped that. He didn't want to come across too heavy-handed.
All right. You slide it under the door, and let's switch now. What is Daisy Bell doing during this time?
I imagine Dahlia's just kind of like, if there are areas of the dock, like typically are in most docks, like where people are like selling a couple wares or something
Sure,
akin to that.
yeah, uh-huh.
I think Dahlia will just kind of be like casually perusing that area, like not trying to talk too much to anyone, but like, asking about like prices, things like that.
Okay. Anything in particular she's looking for as she does this, or is she just making idle?
Something, yeah, just kind of like idle prattle, trying to like hear like if anyone starts to open up of like the way that shopkeepers can sometimes do. I think
Sure.
she's going back to like childhood Dahlia, which she
Right.
can no longer really pull to the same effect of being
Right.
shorter, where
Right.
people are just
Kinda
gonna
ignore
let
and
their
talk
mouths
around
run.
you. Yeah,
But
yeah.
how's it going this morning? Businessmen okay? I know, all that nonsense down the way. Anything lost on your behalf? Like just being like
Sure.
curious, but not overly so. Like
Okay.
and
All right,
picking things up, touching apples.
Go ahead.
As you do.
Grabbing apples.
Grab an apple.
Squeezing it a little.
Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your charisma to it, please. Just give me your
Sure.
base roll plus charisma. And what are you doing
Sure.
during this time, Daisy Bell?
I'd
So
keep an eye on Daisy too. I'd make sure that she's not going too far.
Warehouse is burned down, right?
Correct.
Fine.
Well, is it still hot?
Yeah, there's still. I mean, there's still more. It'll take a good day or two for all the
I
embers to
think
burn out.
Dahlia would kind of like, if you're walking like close to that, I'd be like, let's be careful. We don't want to put ourselves back at the scene of all that. I rolled a 10 total.
A 10 total. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I'm grabbing the apples too for him. I'm like, I'll buy that one.
You do know it. I mean, it's your time in the forest. It was somewhat disconnected from the reality of human society and civilization, and you are finding that people are reacting to you very differently than you remembered 7 years ago. There are furtive glances cast in your direction. There is a sense of unease around you. While you are fair of face and will attract the occasional wandering eye, your size, your armor, you're intimidating. And so
I think there's that like weird fey friendliness that Dahlia has picked up on, where it's like, to any normal person, it feels overly friendly and quite uncomforting. Like,
You're
I'm
right.
like, how's it going? Like a lot of like way too long eye contact,
You're
and
right,
it's
you're
just
right.
like, Okay.
Yeah.
All right, lady.
I think that's exactly how it
Yeah.
goes. And you do hear there's some conversation about what happened last night and the loss of the warehouse. Apparently, there were several shipments of different types that were stored in there. There were some furs, and there were some expensive spices. The loss was pretty significant. And people are concerned because it was pretty clearly, these dockside warehouses take cautions against burning, and so this everyone is fairly confident that this was done intentionally, though they don't know why.
Yeah.
Daisy Bell?
I want to just sit and observe people and just see what people are doing, maybe listen, but I definitely want to take observation of what's going on, like people coming and going, anything suspicious.
Also, are there any guards in this area now? Like,
You'll occasionally see, they're not stationed, but you've seen a couple of members of town guard will walk through here just on normal patrols. It is still low quarter, so guard presence is very light.
Was that little town crier do you have any papers for sale?
No,
Oh.
no, not here. He was just
Does
calling
anybody
out.
have anything that I could be like?
Apples.
That's it. I don't want an apple.
What are you looking for?
I give you one that I've
Just,
crushed.
I don't want to just be like looking at people like.
You're trying to be distracted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, no, there's no like books for sale, letters, pamphlets. So
All right. Well, I'll just
You don't have a
be
fold-up
looking
fan?
at my. Oh, yeah. You're right. Hey. I get my
Got a
fan
case of the
out.
vapors
the vapors. Looking
in
around.
the middle of winter.
I was going
Right?
to say, this specifically described a brisk morning.
Oh yeah.
No, you're fine.
She's looking around using her special set of skills.
She always is.
So no,
we
you
just kinda
listen.
hang.
Other than, as she said earlier, the idle prattle of folks in the docks in the town.
So what's
low
in the
quarter.
docks? Are there boats?
Yeah, these are river boats. These are river boats.
Okay. Do any of them catch my attention
I'm
that I
not-
might want to go onto?
I'm not sure what you're asking. Why don't you tell me?
Are you trying to
Like,
leave?
No, I want to go and sneak on a boat
Okay.
and see if I want to go investigate.
The kid was working in an alleyway near a warehouse, not on
Yeah.
boats
Oh,
when he was taken.
I think probably
If that
what that
helps.
alleyway that we
but
like
what
walked
if the
down
people are
before.
living on a boat? Are there any boats that look like people are living on them?
Houseboats.
No houseboats here.
Oh.
These are all river barges designed to carry goods
Nutters.
downriver from the tradesmen, of Altimra. What?
Garrett's having a great time in chat.
Garrett's having a good time in chat.
Garrett said not only did they burn down the storehouses, someone came by this morning and crushed all the apples.
Travesty.
Okay, well, I just observe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just give me something.
You don't always have to get something.
We see a masked man running down that.
Sometimes
area.
it's just boredom, and you stand around and there's nothing happening other than the normal day-to-day affairs on the docks.
But it doesn't take us long to show
And
back up.
in a few moments they come back, Sans child, and you see David and Mila return.
Good morrow.
Everything go well?
Good morrow.
You want an apple?
It was a very
It's
good
very
idea you were
crushed.
not there.
It's fun.
It was a very good idea you
So
were not
what
there.
was his excuse?
An anchor.
Oh, an anchor. That's a
An
good one.
anchor.
That's a good one.
Yes.
And I suppose the wife believed him.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's typical. That is typical.
They were
Glad-
distraught but relieved.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm sure they would be. That is their child.
That's a good sign that they were relieved.
Well, yeah, I guess they.
Father didn't seem to care much, but
He did just get his. Anyways, should we?
there are
Pens
some
for
things.
pages?
Yes.
Yes.
Why don't we go to the pens for pages? We could perhaps return to well equipped afterwards and discuss some things. But it seems like Juan Carlos might be a good through line.
Yeah.
Someone we should be speaking to.
I think we got to figure out
We have
how
evidence.
much we want to talk with him about.
Oh, you clearly know where his offices are.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah, we do.
We're quite familiar with that, yes.
To be fair,
Knock into it before.
Salmon trusted Juan Carlos.
Yeah.
I trust him.
Okay.
He's given me no reason in the years I've been here to distrust him. I don't know much about him. He guards the merchant, higher quarters of the city. But if he's starting to care about the low quarter, then I
Could be cool.
am well aligned with that.
Yes.
So why don't we head to Pence for Pages?
On the way back to Dahlia would like to stop by Jonas's house, and we'll leave a note at the door.
Okay.
And I'll post that in the Discord later.
Oh,
Very
okay.
nice. Very nice. I did.
Oh, no,
I did also mention there will be XP given for text roleplay in the Discord from this point forward.
I have to
With
prepare a
it
bunch of
is
text
attached a little bit of lavender, kind of in like a little bundle, and just kind of leave that there at the front door. Give 2 knocks and then head out.
Very nice. Very nice.
You and your lavender.
It's so good. It's signature.
It's nice.
It is. All right. So you guys make your way to the Pence for Pages?
We make our way to the Pence for Pages.
Mila would have grabbed the flowers before they had left.
How
by
much
the way.
do me and Daisy know about who is working there? Because I'm trying to remember if we.
I don't know if
said.
Click is.
I mentioned it to Mila that new people own it. I never mentioned who.
Who's running this joint now?
Oh, Tommen. Yes.
How's
And Randy.
hold on.
Sorry, Randall. He's very specific about it now.
Good to know.
And Randall.
He's a bit of a...
Oh, so he doesn't like the name, right?
He's got a little bit of a stick up his butt, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's
But
good to know.
Tommen has calmed down, and he's actually rather kind.
Is he?
Furry as heck, yes. He lives with it and enjoys it the most that he can.
Do you think they'll recognize us?
Probably not. It's been 7 years. I mean, they might.
If we all go in together, I feel it might be very
Intimidating?
clear.
Sure.
I mean, do we all need to go, or can we go to the merchant quarter?
I don't feel bad about them.
We
knowing who
shouldn't
we are.
split,
Yeah.
certainly.
No,
Oh, well, you were all fine and dandy sending me down to the docks.
that was...
You went to the docks by yourself.
We were within about a couple of yards of each other. We were also at the docks.
And also,
we were
if
right
you had
behind
joined
you.
us, it would have been severely
Hey, don't know about rewriting history here. I think I pull you in by your shoulder, and I'm just like you.
goodness.
Oh, I think too. I'd probably grab the clothes that we borrowed from Tommen to return back to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, good.
Very good.
Okay.
All right. So you all head to the Pence for Pages together then? Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead.
Mila's a bit nervous about this. I should warn you. The Pence for Pages is where I buried Marcus and Sam. I imagine she wants to pay a little bit of homage.
I'd like to as well.
Would be wise of us to make a stop.
Yeah.
So you are doing that before or after?
Yeah, we'll just go behind back of the Pence for
Okay.
Pages where they were buried, and then we'll go inside.
Sure. Okay. No. So you walk. You find, of course, the very familiar and common environs. You were here just 2 days ago when you rejoined, but again, just returning to this scene, you walk past the Bobet Common House. You smell the familiar scents. You come to the alleyway, and you see the Pence for Pages ahead. And now that you're looking at it, it was nighttime when you were here last. Now that you're looking at it in the bright light of day, what's that?
Seagulls.
Yeah, no,
you still got
I'm just messing with you.
the bright light of day. There is clearly there have been some changes, and it is at this point. The signage still looks the same, but you can see the windows have been repainted. The overall structure of it has been improved to some degree, and Click takes you and goes behind the Pence for Pages.
I have a description if you would
Go ahead.
allow me.
Uh-huh.
So the Pence for Pages just has a rather small little backyard to it with a fence line similar to the back of each Shoots and Leaves. And in the back, along the fence line, I take you to a set of 2 bushes that sit next to a placard that is nailed into the fence. And the bushes, you would recognize them, are forget-me-nots. That have been well taken care of. You're not sure if it was by David or if he had Fauna come and assist. But written in this plaque, in a very nice script, it says, Marcus died Lexlicht 27 OY, the hero of all our stories. And then right next to that, next to the bushes, is a large round riverstone, flat, with a symbol carved on the front of it. And I actually have a picture of it here. It looks like a circle with 3 lines at the base of it, underneath of which is an X, rather wide. And then 8 feet from that, almost in the direction of like a person laying down in the grave, is another stone with a triangle with an X in the middle of it.
Nice. Have you dropped that in Discord yet?
I will. I wanted to save it.
Nice. Bravo. So you all stand around the grave exactly as he described.
I told you I would bury him.
It's beautiful back here.
Thank you.
Mila will take the flowers out and separate them in half, put them kind of at the base of the bush, both of them, and just kind of kneel for a moment. Could I have a moment?
Of course.
So
Kind of
the
back
three-
away, back into the alley.
Okay, the 3 of you step back. Daisy Bell, are you also stepping back, or step back and kind of go around the corner, leaving Mila alone in front of the grave of Marcus?
I told you I'd be back, and I am. I've kept our promise, and she'll take out.
You're not the only one with prep work.
She'll take out her book, and kind of clasping it with white knuckles. I've written as much as I can over the past 7 years. I'm so sorry. You should have been here so that I could read these to you in person, but I'll visit often. I'll read you what I've written so far, and you as well, Salmon. I'm sure you'll get annoyed by it, but
You feel Finley curling up next to your neck. Every time you know, whenever your emotions run strong, he curls up right next to that jugular artery in your neck, where he can feel the beat of your heart and the warmth of your skin.
I'll tell you stories soon. As long as I'm in Altimra, I'll visit. I hope your wife was happy to see you, because I'm sure she was. And after that, she'll stand and take a deep breath and wipe her eyes to try to make it look like she wasn't crying, and head back to the group.
You come around the corner and David hugs you.
Yeah.
Pulls you into a deep hug. I know you've been waiting for that.
Thank you. She'll hug back.
I've come every single week and watered the flowers.
They're beautiful.
Fauna picked them out.
No
It's a
green
good
thumb.
choice.
I try. I do my best. Not as good as Fauna does, but she's taught me some lessons.
Dahlia will kind of like walk past Mila, and I'll sort of like cup your face in my hand, and I like swipe with my thumb, and then I pull a little, again, another sachet of like wildflower seeds. I'll just walk to a far corner and kind of pull out just a bit of dirt, plant them there, cover it back
They're not
over.
invasive, are they? Sorry, Fauna's been... Don't worry about it.
They get along well.
Okay.
Invasive, are they?
All right.
And Dahlia will just say, in Sylvan, as she kind of like buries the dirt back over, thank you for being a piece of our family. And then we'll walk up and come back to everyone.
The store's well taken care of from what it looks like. We've done some work.
I didn't lie when I said it had good management now.
I'm glad it's well taken care of.
I look at the windowsills.
There's still glass.
I'm a lot taller than I used to be. I guess it might not be that hard for me. I think
Yeah.
I kind of like jump up a little bit. And
You look at the windowsills, and as you kind of like you peer up, you can see that they look like they were replaced within the last couple of years, and there are heavy latches on the windows, much different than the one that was easily
Why would they do that?
Easily handled by the breadwinner, wielded by Click.
Looking, do I see any of the thief markings on the walls?
You see the one that Click had placed there last time. You
Still
want to
there.
describe it to her? Well, he did it again last
The
time.
circle on the outside, triangle in the middle.
Yeah, he did it again last time.
Which I don't think anybody's ever asked what any of them mean, except for the one that was, on the front of my journal
Yeah.
means valuables inside, which is what initially was
Yeah.
on the building.
shoot, is the grate still there?
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, the grate is still there.
I think I kind of like squat down next to it and like try to size it up of like, could any of us even fit down there if we
Yeah,
tried?
as you look at it, you see it now. It is small. A human can get through it, but not you in your armor, your size. Click could easily get through it. It looks like the others could, but
Yeah.
you would not be able to get through it.
I think I just kind of like look down and there's like a mix of sadness and a smile that like kind of comes from that sizing up of that space.
Yeah,
And it's like
it's sort of a metaphor, if you will.
something like that.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
What? Oh, the circle with the triangle?
All your little things.
Protected by a gang, I believe is what it means.
Must be a very cool gang.
It is.
I'm told it was the best.
It still is.
If you were wondering, the symbols on Salmon's grave represent death, and that there are no valuables there to take.
Good.
Didn't want grave robbers.
No one's tried.
Not in 7 years.
Good.
They know the symbols.
Good.
Okay, Tommen and Randall await. Should we try and look for certain things? Are we trying to learn
Yes,
something from these books that they might be
I-
selling?
I'm hoping that there's anything on Tom Sorrow or necromancy.
I think necromancy would be a better bet than a book on Tom Sorrow. I don't think there are.
Potentially, I don't know.
We could look through books to find descriptions of that creature we met 7 years ago.
Yes.
Tall, red, cloak.
Might
faces.
be good to. I don't know how many elderly people you know, but face like that, I bet you get along with all the old ladies. It might be
Indeed.
good to see if there's not written recordings on
Stories.
some stories.
Could be a smart idea.
I remember when we were here 7 years ago, I had asked, who was it? Was it Fauna? I had asked someone how long and how long Tom Sorrow had been here, and they said farther than
I think it was
alive.
Marcus.
It was an elf.
Oh, okay.
They've been a
Could have been a Theldra then.
been a Theldra.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Yes. So I'm
Dahlia
sure that
will
there are stories.
speak
File
with
into
Theldra
line
then.
last
Yes.
before we go into the store.
Okay. All right.
And it's markedly uncomfortable.
There's like a visible excitement to me.
You have to kind of duck under the lintel as you come walking inside, and you step inside the Pence for Pages. Even having been so long, it's immediately that familiar feeling that you get when a scent that you have not carried on the wind for so long hits you, and a flood of memory comes back. Nothing has the power to return you to a moment in time like scent. You walk in, the must of the pages, the tallow of the candles, the age of the wood, all of this hits you at one time, and you of course, except for David, who has been here much more recently and frequently, the three of you, as you walk in, you file in, and you look around. It's much as it was as you remembered. You see row upon row of book surrounding tomes of various sizes, organized carefully. There's a table to one side that has some small knickknacks and some bottles and a large magnifying glass. But it's the two men that stand here which capture your attention. The first, this hulking figure, and it takes you a moment to realize you're looking at Tommen, but he is covered head to toe in dark, thick brown fur, which he now seems to have taken as just his normal way of being. And he's got tufts of hair coming out from underneath his arms. You can see he clearly has to trim this regularly. His eyes look deep and sorrowful. And as he looks up at you, his eyes immediately go to Dahlia, and you see his pupils focus with instant recognition, and he just drops his head. There's no anger, there's no malice, there's just, and you see his shoulders slump. Next to him, though, you see a gangly teenager with bright red hair cut in a neat bowl shape, just the bangs coming down to his eyes and around his ears, round spectacles perched at the tip of his nose, and he hasn't even looked up as you come walking in. He just gives a quick glance at David first.
Ah, David, you've returned, have you?
Yes.
Done preening about, you social gadfly?
Yes.
What is it I can do?
His eyes go around, and it takes a moment. And as recognition dawns on his face, suddenly the sharp tongue and the wit seem to fail him, and his eyes lock.
Is it really you? Dahlia! What?
Hi.
I'm Randall. It's nice to see you, Dahlia. Mila, who are you?
Well, hello, Randy. How are you? Pat his head.
I think it's Randall.
It's Randy.
He kind of smacks your hand away.
Do not touch me, madam. I know not where your hands have been, and I don't know who you are. And I shall not be called Randy.
I walk by and tap him on the shoulder confidently twice. Keep it together, Randall. And I walk past him with the clothes for Tommen and hand them to him.
Yeah.
I'm just here to give these.
It's so nice to see you again. I've learned magic, Dahlia. Would you like to see it?
I would love to see
You
it.
want magic?
Yes. What should it be? What should it be? What should it be? A flower. A flower would look so pretty. Watch this. Watch this.
He makes a motion.
I lean back and watch very intently.
I'm also looking intently as a previous wizard player. Come on, John, give us some good incantations.
He makes a motion with his hands, and he looks at you like this, and you see what briefly looks like an outline of a flower that then just wilts and dribbles some sort of like red viscous material down the front of your breastplate. He looks absolutely mortified. It smells like rose.
I didn't know what happened, Dahlia.
That's amazing.
It's David.
That was
He has this noxious odor that permeates everything around. So distracting.
You're totally right, Randall. Have a good day. And I leave the building.
That's incredible. A rose jam. I imagine kind of in that pouch I have like a thin glass tube with like a little cork on it, like a couple of those, and I kind of just like stuff like whatever I have into the little tube, and I put it back in. That's amazing.
Are you back in town now? Well, it's good to see you again, and nice to meet you, I suppose. You really shouldn't touch people you don't know.
Okay.
Daisy's
I'll remember that, Randy.
Daisy's an old friend.
My name is Randall. Do not call me Randy.
But you would look like a Randy.
You wouldn't like it if we called you by another name. would you?
Randy is something to be applied to women with excessive appetites. I am neither Randy nor feel Randy. My name is Randall.
I have no idea what you are talking talking about?
I love him.
I look at Tommen during all of this. What is he looking like?
Tommen's head is not, since you walked in, Tommen's head has not come up.
Well, I just call the cutest boys Randy, but I guess I'll call you Randall.
You think to manipulate me with your wiles. You blonde-haired siren, it will do no good.
You know
He
what?
called you a siren. Those are very beautiful women. For a little.
Well, you know what? I'm not
teeth,
even gonna
it's
call you
always
your name.
I find your attempts at manipulation insipid and insulting. Dahlia,
Be nice.
forgive me for my harsh language. I didn't mean to get...
Hey, listen, don't beat yourself up about it. She's lovely. I promise.
And I didn't know what those words mean.
Absolutely not. I got a 10 intelligence. I think eventually, if Randall's kind of engaging them for a moment, Dahlia would kind of sidestep and kind of matching the same body language as Tommen would like avoid eye contact, but approach him nevertheless and just hi.
Hello.
I am
Come to see what you've done.
so sorry.
It's all right. You were
No.
a child. You couldn't have known.
I didn't, and that is not an excuse.
I don't suppose you can fix it, can you? I've been to all kinds of physics. I've seen every manner of alchemist and penny mage and priest. No one can do anything for it.
I am lacking in the skill that woman had. But I'm not going to stop until I find a way to help. She did a number on me in a lot of ways, and it affected a lot of people beyond the scope that even I can understand. And I will spend every day that I'm given trying to maybe put a stop to that. And if it starts with this, it starts with this.
He nods. That woman. You mean your mother?
Not a very good one.
You know the worst part? And he gives like a snort of irony that's laden with so much pain. It's almost palpable. And it's like a cruel joke. An accident. It's not as though a child, not even meaning to do it. An accident of the fates, and I am cursed to this every single day. The gods laugh at me. That's the hardest part. I hear the ringing of their mirth in my ears every night.
I'm so sorry for the time that I've stolen from you.
You didn't steal it. You were a child. They've stolen it with their polyhedral math mechanisms.
Rather meta of him.
I look at him. If there's anyone particularly who is causing you trouble, you let me know. I can't do much, but I can do one thing pretty well.
You certainly have grown up
Yeah.
and out.
Yeah, thank you for that shirt, by the way. David's don't really work.
Looks like it might have been a bit tight on you.
I hope I didn't stretch it out.
Do you mean it though? You'll try.
Yes.
Maybe since you were the one that, I don't know, somehow I'd stopped hoping.
I hope you can borrow a bit of my hope.
Thank you. It's not easy being with that one all day.
I can hardly imagine. You know, you've got the patience of a saint. And I think that's a beautiful thing to have. And I would also kind of shoot eyes over to Mila really quick. She might be able. She is knowledgeable beyond what I can figure out. It may not be today, but she's clever enough to come up with a solution for damn near anything, I think. So.
Mila is rattling off to Randall.
Yeah, but just talking about books.
Yes.
So he looks at you and he nods and thanks and says, if you do find anything, you know where I'll be. It's either here or buying a new pair of shears.
I think Dahlia's just like, like doesn't know how to answer for something like this. Of like
Sure.
knows that she at one point was manipulated, but also this isn't the only person that she's given a potion to throughout all this time in Altimra, and I think it's like thinking about
Wondering.
the weight of that, and kind of just nods, and you can tell there's gears spinning, but not words to speak.
Yeah.
Me too, bud.
As you're having this conversation, Mila and Daisy, are you guys doing anything else inside the store?
As soon as Dahlia's like looking at Tom and Mila swoops into Randall to distract and talk about books, and is gonna be asking specifically if he has any. Or do we want to roleplay this?
Sure.
Okay.
Glass is coming on.
He's ready to go.
Randall, your vocabulary already is immense. What, much more than mine. That is incredible. I read a lot of books as well. Obviously, you've read. She'll look around. Tons. Do you happen to know if you have some risky business we've gotten ourselves into? Any books on Tom Sorrow or necromantic evil beings?
Tom Sorrow, no, we don't really have children's tales. We don't carry those here. I'm not sure he even exists. I think he's a mechanism of the political factions to control the peoples.
Smart lad.
But
This guy's been reading Marx.
What's that?
This guy's been reading Marx.
But of the necromantic arts, yes, we have books on those. They're not they're looked down upon quite a bit, but I have a few. They're dark reading, as you might imagine.
I'm sure.
Any particular field of interest?
Anything potentially on things that like taking children? Or anything with the numbers 1, 9, 10?
1, 9, and 10? What do you mean?
Well, if there are any curses or some sort of importance of those numbers, is there
The numbers 1, 9, and 10?
separately or together or...
He takes out a sheet of paper and he jots something down.
Nothing comes to mind, but I shall certainly spend some time scrutating upon it.
Perfect, thank you.
Rotate away, kid.
Potentially anything on removing
That's what they call them now.
curses?
I don't really deal in the mysticism of...
Right.
These things are better left to clerics and those who pray to the gods. Removal of curses, no. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have anything here. What manner of
a
curse
lot.
do you seek to remove?
And her eyes are just gonna like look over to Tommen and then look back to him. Just trying to fix possible errors.
He's tried everything, and I think he's accustomed to it by now. He's sort of resigned to his fate.
But he shouldn't have to be. And if... It doesn't hurt a second look.
He's had a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth. He's had ample lookage. I don't think there's any aid for him.
100th then. I'll try. I might as well.
Oh, Randy, I do have
Randall?
the great magician, Randy.
Randall?
Okay. Well, you're just so cute.
You
Look at those glasses.
You're making enemies with every shopkeeper.
have pushed me.
Every NPC.
Dahlia,
Free shopkeep.
look away.
I'm talking to Tom and just like
He reaches out.
contemplating life's
I
weight.
would put that little finger back, boy.
He reaches out, cantrip, you feel a little burst of electricity go through your hand.
Wow, that
Blackens
was just
the
a
back of
shocking
your hand.
experience.
Blackens the back of your hand.
You take 1 hit point of damage. As I will not be insulted in my own place of establishment. You are no longer welcome here. Let that be a warning to you. Trollop.
Hey! I like whip my head around the second he says that.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Dahlia.
Both of you. And I like put a hand on both of their chests.
But she's insisting on provocation.
Again, Daisy,
Unfettered, unrequired.
you wouldn't like it if we called you by another name, right?
I know, but I'd just like to.
Well, what if I liked calling you Duke more? And I insisted on that. Would you like that?
Oh, but you're not that way.
But what if I was?
You would just be doing it to be
Well, are you doing it to him to bother him?
But doesn't he look like a Randy?
He looks like he gets to choose what he's called.
It's Randall.
Tommen, can you help me? I refuse.
It's his store. He gets to decide what happens here.
Oh, it's Randall's store?
I'm pretty sure he's the shopkeeper.
Oh.
He's read the
I think Tommen just vibes here.
Oh, man.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. This is most assuredly my establishment.
Marks.
Yeah, that's some big, big marks.
Okay.
Marks.
He's on
Go to my
Reddit.
notes.
Very not Marks.
Randall, could you find me kindly? Boy, I do not want to deal with him.
It's hard to be nice, isn't it?
Oh my! I just never knew. This is getting under my skin, and the history of this little town. I'm looking for a book. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Why are you so aggressive?
Because it's her husband role playing this. That's why.
15-year-old boy.
Yes,
And
it's
I'm
her
18.
husband being a 15-year-old boy to her 18, to her 19-year-old,
Yeah.
and
It is bullying a freshman in high school.
Well, yeah, exactly. Randall, exactly. Randull.
Randall.
Meditate, Randall. Randall.
Randall.
I do appreciate your somewhat feeble attempt at having some degree, some small manner of civility. There are certain schools one might attend, finishing schools. This might be of interest to you. They would teach you how to act like the lady that you seem to attempt to dress like. But in answer to your question, this is not a little town. This, man, is the free city of Altimra, the jewel of Aihrde.
But once it was small, and I would like the history of it. Randall.
Ah, so you are interested in the young and burgeoning, fledgling city. How Altimra began, is that? Why didn't you say so?
We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Thank you.
Isn't it-
I think Dahlia is like squeezing Mila's shoulder.
Isn't it amazing when we use our words and have basic skills of locution that you can actually get what you might want?
Could you, Randall, could you just get me the books? I would like a book on the history of when it first started. Oh, and any books with any peoples who run Altimra. You know, all those politician people. Can you get me all those books? I mean, seriously, I don't want to deal with him anymore. But Randall, can you please get me those?
Are you familiar, ma'am? There are certain books which teach you how to close a business deal. When you are on the precipice of closing such a deal, you don't then insult your partner. I was just about to get you the book you asked for, but when you decided to have your little aside to my good friend, Dahlia...
She's my good friend, too.
If you can follow a metaphor, ma'am, if this were the book of my goodwill,
okay,
then it has
Randall,
just closed.
I'm
gonna hurt him.
No, you're not. That's not. He's a boy. You're not gonna hurt him.
There are no laws about age in this city.
Whoa! Stop the presses! Whoa!
You can't make that canon.
So first we had a threat on the life of politicians. Now we have a statement. There are no laws about the age of children in this town.
You have watched the last episode of Blue Box.
All of you have enjoyed Blue Box and the brief time we had here on Twitch. We've enjoyed it. I have been.
Now, okay.
That probably can't go on a mug.
All right. All right. Let's all play nice here.
Wait, did you just?
Daisy
you
Bell.
just protested that you're 18.
Well, there would be no laws about that. This is the second time I've seen you walk into a store. Third time I've seen you walk into a store and be so mean to the people who are running it. Third time.
The chat. Yeah, maybe not a mug. Yeah, maybe not a mug.
Maybe
yeah.
not.
Dahlia, it is not early time.
There's Drake, there's Fauna, there's Randall. You have been so rude to all of these people. You can't keep doing this.
No, I have not. No.
What is your definition of kind and what is your definition of rude?
I think Daisy's definition of kind is not stabbing someone, and her definition of rude is stabbing someone.
Ding, 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 ding.
Am I right?
Well, maybe just a little. And the definition of kind is that I just like things done a certain way, and I'm just kindly teaching people how I like things to be done.
That's awesome that you want to teach. But you can't walk into someone's place of business and harass them.
And tell them how to...
Harass? Did you?
You just said you were going to hurt him.
Did you hear the way he closed the book on my deal?
Because you insulted him.
After you called him a name which he stated multiple times that he wished not to be called.
He's just being very uppity about that, but that's okay.
He's being uppity.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm gonna go for a little walk.
You realize I am standing right here. I hear every word you're speaking of me as though I'm not in your presence.
Walk towards the other side of the room and just start looking at the bookshelves. Oh, my favorite book. Great.
Randall, would you give her a chance to try one more time to see if she can be
smooth
polite?
out my dress.
Now really try to be nice.
Do you think
Enhanced diplomacy.
retraining of such a feral creature can occur so quickly?
I have to have hope, you know?
Oh, then let the wonders begin.
Let's see.
Let's see if civility is somewhere in this creature.
Lean over near Randall's side to watch Daisy, and I'm like, and go.
Randall.
I'm listening.
Yes. I kind of think I can get used to that name. Mm-hmm. Randall.
He's oblivious to your attack. He's like,
Yeah.
He just nods for satisfaction.
Would you please? Actually, that name is starting to work with me. I think I'm learning to like it a little bit better.
Okay.
Perhaps at some point your discourse can move beyond my appellation and get to your actual point.
Hey. Let her try. Let her try.
I understand where you're coming from, Randall. I really do, and I think
Good empathy. Keep going.
And I understand that you are the proprietor of this establishment and that you love your books, and I would just like you to help me gain more knowledge. Mm-hmm. Oh, I would
Say please, make a request.
We listen to background.
Can you? Oh my God.
It's okay.
Oh, do you see that?
I don't see any. You're doing it again. Try, engage the person, maintain eye contact. I lived in the woods for 7 years. I shouldn't have to tell you about this.
Well, I lived in the mountains too, you know.
You were meditating.
I was meditating away from people. Okay,
I can tell.
Can you please, Randall, get me please acquire me the books that I am pleading for.
Have you coin?
Yes, I do.
Then, based on your civil request, I will begin an exploration of the tomes that I have here in... By the way, I've been thinking, it's been pence for pages so long. Mm-hmm. Do you think it would be good to call it Randall's Books?
I think we'll meditate on that one. We'll think about it.
Oh, you find it displeasing.
Oh, I just think
pens for pages,
the alliteration has a, sounds good.
Fair enough. I will find the books I have for you, return on the morrow, and...
How fast do you think I read?
Well, he'll get you the books tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
I should have
Sorry.
known. Essential comprehension skill. Forgive me. No, Dahlia, I'm sorry.
These niceties work both ways,
I think Dahlia's just like, why am I being apologized to? Like, just kind of like,
I will attend to my better angels for your behalf. If you return on the morrow, I will have the books for you.
Much obliged. Thank you.
If
now
I can,
see,
perhaps,
that's nice.
And I've learned that mimicking in speech is a good way to show someone that you have listened to them. So, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Shall we go?
You can, yes. Mila, did you still want to get your books? I don't think I have to coach you through this conversation.
Mila went to a back bookshelf and just started looking for
Okay.
anything that might catch her eye.
All right, so
I tell Daisy to go out and see David. I like it.
Related to what she had previously stated,
Now,
of course.
Amanda said set up giveaway.
okay,
Yes.
Twice.
all right, I will.
She did say it's been like a.
Okay, all right,
Very persistent about it.
all right. Hang on here. So
I liked. I came up with tomes a trillion.
That's very good.
That is good.
all right. So we're going to get ready to come down the home stretch here in a little bit, and I'll set up the giveaway. And so for the giveaway today, we have this gorgeous module from Troll Lord Games, Castles and Crusades, A Lion in the Rope. This is adaptable to any gaming system,
ropes.
and it's got the maps
Get
in it.
it
It's
out
got
of
the
there.
stat blocks. It's nicely
It
put together
hates it.
piece.
Doesn't
Got the
like
cool
it.
glossy cover on it, and so that will be our giveaway today. And you're going to type in the chat.
Screwtape made up.
What's that?
Twitchy DM has kept a glossary of your words.
Oh my goodness.
I've already copied this onto it. I'm keeping this on a
ossified-
notepad.
No, okay, no. Scrutating is spelled Scrutatr. A scrutator is one who investigates
Yes,
or searches something out.
Scrutiny.
Yeah, so you can find that same root from
Scrutinous.
scrutinizing or inscrutable. The sort of the more
Inscrutable is
it's
such a
to
good word.
scrutate is to investigate. A scrutator is one who looks into something deeply.
You'll always learn something.
Thank
in
you,
Blue
Red
Box,
Hole.
people.
That's right.
If we guarantee anything.
Yep. You'll learn
right.
something, be it how to have an interaction with a 15-year-old who hates your guts.
Exactly.
I don't mean to say that there is precedence for her as a human interacting with children in games. But there is.
But there is.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
She
All right.
literally just tried to scoop a kid out of a bag.
I know she was going to throw a kid into a cot. Well, she walked into Pence for Pages, and it was even before she got there. Did you know what she did beforehand? Oh, he doesn't like to be called Randy. And she writes it down as a note, like preparatory disrespect.
Preparatory disrespect.
You've created a very specific character.
It was fully,
I'm enjoying it.
fully
It's
fully premeditated disrespect. Yes, no, it's not. It's not.
Meditated disrespect is great.
It's not exclamation point scrutate. No, sorry,
Is that
it is
something that you can get
blue
arrested for?
box
Premeditated
Disrespect.
hashtag blue
It's
box
actually a class one
RPG
felony.
in the chat. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Bless her
Hashtag
heart.
BlueBoxRPG in the chat. We'll do that giveaway in a moment.
It's the one thing you never want a Southerner to say.
All right, so I'll get you a book in Discord afterwards. You're able to find a tome. You pull it off. You'll have some
write you
things
a
ready
full
for you
book.
the next day. You've anything else you want to say with Tom and before you left?
I think Dahlia would kind of like hold out a hand to him if he would take it. But if he doesn't, then she would kind of put it away.
He hesitates a moment, and you can see it's more than anything just a self-consciousness with
Yeah.
the hair that covers the front and backs of his hand, even his palms.
Yeah.
And he reaches out and he gently places a hairy hand in yours.
I hold it up to my forehead and just kind of press it there for a second, and I say, I'm not going to forget about this. I've been thinking about it for a long time. And I'll do as right by you as I possibly can.
I've tried not to have hope, but I believe you. And you cannot blame yourself.
Well,
That you and your friends even survived is nothing short of a miracle. If you do decide to return to see Glodimus, be careful. He is not the same man. These years have been unkind to him. The wars with the Thieves Guild. He is hardened. A different man.
does he know that we're back?
Not that I know of. I didn't know until just now. Is that really Duke?
Was in hiding for a little bit.
Well hidden.
Thank you.
All right. Then with that, in moments, you guys make your way back.
As I leave, I just kind of like pat Randall on the shoulder and say, "Good day to you, sir. Thank you for this rose jam. I appreciate it. We'll be seeing you soon."
Dahlia, will I be seeing you again?
Of course. I'm not the best at reading, and then I hold up just the rattiest book you've ever seen. It's the same book that I've been trying to read since childhood and can't make it through because I'm not very smart.
Suffering sycophants.
You see, like, moss has grown on, like, the page. Like, it looks like it has been sitting in one spot in the woods for 7 years. But, like, you would also know that there's, like, underlined words in it, like, that are, like, with question marks written in the margins of, like, what does this mean? I don't understand. And I'll just say, I'm not great at reading, but, I'll make my way through it, and maybe you can give me another recommendation sometime.
I certainly will, and if you should need some aid, I would be happy to spend time with you
Mila,
and
sweet.
teach you to read.
We can finally, I can finally teach you how to
Yes, you both can.
I will
All right.
Swoop in, take
I will promise you a proper flower next time as well. And you are welcome here anytime, Dahlia.
Oh, thank you. And I look forward to seeing the flower.
And
then
if you would like, you can just pick up the books for that one if you wish. It really is not necessary for me to.
I might do that.
Well, I think that would be most appropriate.
Okay, then I'll be the book runner then. I'll be the
But
delivery boy.
thank you, Randall, for the books. I appreciate it.
Good.
It has been my absolute displeasure, ma'am.
Very fair.
I see he can be rude, but I can't.
I hear that as you're coming out. He said the same thing to me last time.
That's true. Yeah, I was like, I like push you two together. I'm like, here, you can commiserate.
But you're Click or David. I'm Daisy Bear.
There's a reason I left the shop.
Well, I'm not going in there anymore.
That kid is.
I cannot be
like
disrespectful.
outside of the store to Mila. I'm like,
Passionate.
what? Yeah. How did he get that? When did that happen?
The shop was left empty, and Glottimus decided that he was the one that was going to take it over.
Nice.
Just, I think you've picked it up, right? Little, maybe a preference, a bit of a crush.
What? Huh? You?
No. No. No, 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 no. No.
That's funny.
Daisy? No, that's crazy.
Excuse me?
Dahlia. Randall.
Should we go back to well-equipped?
Me?
Yes.
You didn't notice that? Oh my goodness.
I mean,
he wants you to pick up the book.
And for you to come along.
he is a child.
He offered to teach you to read
He
too.
made you a flower.
You already owe me lessons.
That is already my thought, so he will have to wait.
I hand you the book, and
Well,
I'm like,
and for those of you
there's
that have
so
been
much
watching
questions,
Tears of
so many
Aihrde for
words
some
in there.
time, you'll
Absolutely.
remember.
I also ripped
we
out
have
pages. I'm sorry.
we have a lot of new viewers
Come up
and.
with the rest of the story together.
Sorry. I'm sorry to cut you guys off. So we have a lot of new viewers and new followers. So those of you that are watching that may have missed it, when these players were children, there was a 7-year jump in the timeline that occurred a few weeks ago. They had visited, this little Randy was 8 years old at that time. And at that time, he called himself Randy. He was called briefly by Click Randall, and he said, "Never call me Randall."
I thought that was the case. Okay,
Now
I'm not
he's
crazy.
Randall, and he says, "Never call me Randy."
Now he doesn't want to be called Randy. I mean, this kid
remember if
can't
I was
make up
arguing
his
for the
mind.
No, you called
I
him
was arguing for the other.
Ah, I see. Yes.
for what?
We couldn't decide if it was "Don't call me Randy" or "Don't call me Randall." Was the
When
quote.
you
Yeah.
no,
Don't call me
yeah,
Randall.
yeah, it was "Don't call me Randall"
Yes.
when he was a kid.
That was when he
Yes.
wanted to be a god.
yeah,
thief.
yeah. Now
Now
he's
he wants to be a
Randall.
proper young
He doesn't want to
man.
be called what he was called when he was younger.
No.
Which and then, but he was smitten with young Dahlia way back then as an older girl, and that is still present for him. So that was kind of the whole dynamic there with Dahlia. It's this childhood crush that he's had on her since he was 8 years old.
This poor child.
I bet he's read a lot of romance novels in between now and then.
Just to be a giant woman who's like, "Hi, do you have books in here? Also, I'm sorry I ruined your life, other older man who's here."
He has a type. That's right, Kurt. He has a type. Yeah, please type hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat for your opportunity to win the giveaway.
Yeah.
And don't leave us, because we will then go straight into Fall of Red Dawn afterwards. So there'll be another, and
Berries.
then we also have the Gabbin tonight with Todd
Charcoal.
Stashwick of Star Trek Picard. I'll be on with him, and Little A from Nerdy Guy. It's going to be a really fun show tonight. So there's a lot more to come. All right, so you head back outside.
Yep.
Or were you headed back to?
We have two paths that we could take. We could head back to well-equipped, make a little pit stop, or we can go straight to see Juan Carlos.
Is he at the merchant?
Swing?
No, he's one of the guards, the captain of the guard that
Oh,
we
yes.
broke into the office of when we were younger.
Yes, do we need to break into that office again?
No, we're going to speak to him directly.
Oh.
Could you swing by the tavern and possibly see if there's been anything left for us?
From Agam.
Agam.
That's another good idea. Yes, why don't we stop by the Salty
We
Dog?
can do that, go to Well Equipped, and then head to.
We don't need to stop by well-equipped. There's nothing there. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay, then.
Nothing. It's a great
As we-
home. Don't
as-
sell
as we
yourself
were.
short. Pat.
So you head back to the Salty Dog then?
Yes, we're gonna talk to Drake before we head into the upper districts of the city looking for Juan Carlos.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you're doing as you head over there? All right. You hear the same crier. He makes the same series of announcements in terms of what's happening inside the town. And in moments, you find yourselves back inside the Salty Dog. It's quite full here at this time of day, and you make your way back. Drake nods as you walk in. Many of the tables are occupied, but you see there is that area by the fire that you first saw Mon by is available to you. So in moments, you're all standing around the fire, and Drake comes walking over, and he's already got in his hand mugs for each of you, and he looks over at Daisy Bell.
Oh, good day, Mr. Drake. How are you?
And good afternoon to you as well, Miss Daisybell. I have here for you your preferred honeysuckle tea.
Oh my goodness, you
It is
are so gracious.
Piping hot and prepared exactly to your specifications.
You are just a gentleman. Thank you.
hands the mugs to each
Thank
of you and starts to turn away. Then
Did I do okay?
You did good. That was better. That was very nice.
Thank you. I'm learning.
That felt genuine. Did it feel genuine for you?
know, it did feel a little genuine.
I think Dahlia leans back in a chair and just like drinks half of an ale or whatever was handed to her immediately, and it's like,
Did he bring an ale for David?
yeah, he did. He
Mila
did.
will pat you on the back.
David will casually walk over to the fire and spill the entire thing of ale into the next to the coals on the edge. Just
Yeah.
take a big visual sip for the whole room to look, and then set it down.
Mila will pour hers into Dahlia's.
I'll
Did he do
house
good
it.
this time?
Dahlia quickly, like
Yeah.
easily,
You don't
drains
have to
it.
throw it in the
This
fire.
tea
Just give me
is-
like a little tasting sip, and I'll drink all of it.
This,
an optics thing.
This tea
Okay.
is delicious.
Oh,
Do you want
good.
some?
I'd love to try a sip.
Oh, you should. Mr. Drake!
My God!
I could have a
another
sip of
one.
yours. Just
No, you need your whole
I straight up
one.
take it.
I need another one, Mr. Drake. These are becoming so popular.
I will, of course, ma'am.
Thank you.
That reminds me, though. Yes. So last evening, there was a man that came in, and well, he was rather official looking.
Okay.
He was dressed as though perhaps from, well, one of the finer quarters. He was inquiring specifically about Dahlia. Seemed to be very interested when he had heard. He said that some friends had returned to town, and he asked about you, but specifically the redhead. He was very explicit.
Did he give
and
a
asked-
name?
Yeah, what was the hair color?
He was dark of hair, looked like a lackey perhaps of some kind, and he asked a few questions. I inquired of his name. He refused, and he turned and walked out. I told him as little as I could, of course.
Thank you,
But
Drake.
just thought you would want to know.
Of course.
Thanks. And I like
there-
put like a gold across the table, and I say, "Thanks for keeping me safe."
Was there an insignia?
Of course.
Any sort of?
No, I have a keen eye for those things. I just, you can tell the difference between a gentleman and a gentleman's lackey. And this one definitely had the look of one who was a kept man in the service of another. Not a gentleman himself, but no insignia.
All right. Thank you.
Eye color?
He had
Could be hard to tell.
dark brown eyes and black hair.
Okay. Thanks.
Squarish jaw. Looked like his nose had been broken at least once.
And no word from the man who dropped off the letter a couple nights ago. Thank you.
afraid not.
Thank you, Drake. So, Jameis's assistant came looking for you.
Maybe. I don't know. It could also. I don't. What's Deke been up to?
Oh, Deke is a high-up captain in the Yellow Knives. They took advantage of the rift between the
Even
Thieves
as you're
Guild and
saying,
Gogs.
even as you're saying this, your eyes kind of pan across the table across from you, and you see there are two men sitting at the table that you instantly recognize.
Yellow Knives.
These are Yellow Knives, Willick and Rymie. They are understudies of Deke, and they're not in. They likely can't hear you, but they've been eyeballing you.
Oh,
the
and I
entire
always
time.
these conversations are
Yeah.
spoken in
Yeah.
hushed
Yeah.
tones.
Yeah. I was like speaking into my cup out of the side of my mouth.
But you know them, and they're just kind of watching you.
The Yellow Knives took advantage of the rift between the Gogs and the Thieves when the war was ended. The gap had to be filled, and they did. And Deke saw that opportunity and rose up in the ranks.
Checks out.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah. Do you think he still hates me?
I doubt he.
Thinks
Well.
kindly.
In
Yeah.
theory, if what Hagem did that night caused them to forget.
Well, how much? I think he still probably remembers that I still.
Maybe a little bit. It has been 7 years.
That's true. Time
Wait a
heals all wounds, right?
Deke is the
I'll
one.
drink to that. like
Cheers to no one.
A wild look of fear and panic in my eyes. I just like, all right.
Yes, Deke is the one who tried to kill you.
Well, it's good to know.
He's not
He's
here right
still
now.
around.
He is.
Dahlia has a
Well.
cloak, right?
Probably, yeah.
does
He might
Daisy.
need a
Yeah.
lesson or two.
Perhaps. And she'll kind of pull the hood up.
Yeah, it is
Perhaps
kind of
we
cold in
should
here.
be a little more careful.
Should I get like different hair?
Oh, but he doesn't
Should I get
know
a wig?
who I
They sell
am.
wigs here.
Oh, I
that
would love
gonna
for
do
him to walk
anything?
in.
I'm sure David could help you with hair dye
I
of
have
some
done
sort.
some makeup work before. I could maybe do something. I want to
makeover.
reiterate something to all of you, especially you, Daisy. It is not as simple as walking up to your enemy and stabbing them in the throat. Not here.
Oh, no, I don't just walk up and do that.
You've done it twice, I think I've seen. You-
I'm working on my skills. It's not supposed. You're not supposed to really see it.
So allow me to give you this lesson in Altimra and how it's
Yeah.
working now, because as you said earlier, you've been in the woods, the mountains, sorry, for 7 years.
Mountains.
Social circles and these criminal underbellies don't just get dismantled by a single person dying. They're a thing you have to unravel from the bottom up.
Well, then we just kill one at a time.
Death isn't always the solution.
Death is hardly ever the solution.
Okay. Well, then what is the solution?
Scaring them, working it in,
Well, Death does a pretty good
that.
job at that.
not always. Martyrs
There are
a
things
powerful
scarier than
thing.
death.
Okay. Well, if you hurt them real good, then
Now you're catching on.
yes. I do like to strike a little fear. Did you see the guy at the docks?
I didn't see.
I don't think he'll be messing with me anymore, or any other woman.
I don't think he'll be messing with any woman for a long time.
I don't think so either.
I think you hold a
Probably on a
valid
sling,
point,
yeah.
David.
Just-
Thank you.
Measure your expectations of what you expect to occur.
I like fear. That'll be good for me.
We can work with
let me work with that.
Well, yeah. You know, I think there's room for growth in your skill set.
I feel myself growing every day.
Beautiful. I love to hear that. I don't know how I became a life coach, but here we are.
But before we leave and make our way over to Juan Carlos, would you two mind if I had an aside with Dahlia?
Sure.
Am I in trouble? Am I in
Is
trouble?
there
You have to tell me if I'm in trouble.
playing-
An eyebrow raise?
Are you mad at me?
Is there any
You
games
legally have to
being
tell me if you're mad at
played
me.
in this place, or are the Yellow Knife guys
Oh.
doing anything?
They got darts?
Yeah. There are no.
Like a game of darts.
There are no darts, but there are some.
You can carve it as
There
a
are
target.
3 men over in a
perfect.
corner that are gambling with dice, and they're tossing dice at a table.
Where's your coffee mug, John? Be careful.
I walk over to the table. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. I sit down. I think Dahlia's like, genuinely feels like she might be in trouble still.
Mila gets another drink as they go over.
Okay.
Well, what are you gentlemen doing?
All right. You walk over and you see there are 3 men. They look like they're all,
will go great.
sort of late.
So curious to see what she
late
does.
middle age. They're all gray painted, bald, and one of them's bald. 2 of them have gray hair. All of them kind of heavy paunched. They've got sack coins. The one that sits kind of directly across from you, he looks up and he gives a grin. He's missing 2 teeth right in the front, and he looks up. Ah, what can we do for you, lady?
Well, you know what? You know what y'all men need? You know what y'all gentlemen need? You need to have some refinement. Mr. Drake!
Wait, so you saw the follow when you asked him, do you know what you men need? You saw a smile on his face. When you said refinement, you saw him look crestfallen.
Yeah. Mr. Drake, get these men all some sweet honeysuckle tea. And
She's a good saleswoman.
Are you like, I feel like Daisy Bell's a bar girl now. Like, it's just like, do you guys want shots? We're all doing shots, okay?
and what is this lovely game you're playing?
She really is a bottle
Would you
girl.
mind if 2 ladies joined? Sounds like a yes.
Tea?
And she'll sit down or drag a chair over.
We don't
and sit.
drink tea.
Just trust
Have you ever tried it?
Just trust me.
You see,
Mr.
they're
Drake.
all looking around at each other, clearly befuddled, but also
That's
not
so crazy.
wanting.
that they would-
I really want to use my diplomacy to get them to all drink tea very daintily.
Oh my gosh. What? You better have a nat 20 so good. No, that is not. You can try. That is not.
You
All
can
right,
try.
So first,
but
let me hear you
whiskey's
roll.
right there.
So these
Got a good point,
these
get
three
him
men
hot
are all looking at you. These are
feel like if you add
hard-bitten,
vodka to, like, iced
weathered
honeysuckle
men,
tea.
men who have seen years of work upon their calloused
be the best
hands,
mead.
their visages weathered by sun and drink and.
You need a good tea to just bring that relaxation down. It'll help you roll better. I promise. Mr. Drake, get those drinks.
Let me get you a chair. Enhanced diplomacy and for both
All
of
right,
us.
go ahead and roll your d20.
All right, I'm gonna use all 4 of mine.
Oh, burning the plus ones.
Well, I gotta use them, right?
A little precious moments
I mean,
tea
they do
party.
turn into XP, but
Oh, you know what? This is worth
this is
it.
worth it. All right.
Tim said we're
is,
having a
it
precious
really
moments
is.
tea party.
Oh my god.
Sod crap. 7.
7
But-
plus 4 plus
Plus
7
7.
plus 2.
Yes.
All right, so you got a dirty
7,
20.
14,
18, 20.
You got a dirty 20 there. So,
Pretty
I'll take a
good.
20.
what's that?
I sure hope
a
so.
20 is a 20.
No,
it's not.
Oh, well.
they not to get these men to drink honeysuckle tea. No.
They might drink it, but not daintily.
Yeah, the
just get
daintily
one
would. But what they do agree is to allow you to dice at their table, and
Well,
so
will they drink the tea?
they pull out chairs, and you see they each push coins across, and the buy-in is a full piece of gold. This is heavy gambling in the low quarter.
Is it legal in
Oh, come on.
There's no laws in
Altimra?
terms of
We're
age.
in the solid
There's
I'm genuinely curious, not
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's no law.
cross your
against gambling.
can't gamble.
You can't gamble.
Crime.
Not in my Altimira.
Wouldn't be prudent. So
Glasses back on.
so what were you doing as this is happening?
Oh yes, we're gonna have
Oh,
a
yeah.
scene.
Let's see. Okay.
I pull out the journal.
Oh, okay. I put back down the mug. So I'm not. Are you mad?
No,
Okay.
I want to explain some things. I had a good chance to read this last night. I was able to make my way through all of it.
Sorry, there was a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was a different person than I am now when you first met me 7 years ago. And I mean this truly. You were the glue in our group. Daisy saw me as some kid from the sewers. Mila saw me for my skills and abilities, and I can't blame her for that and help her. We've gotten much closer than we did. But you saw me for what I was on the street. A child in need of a friend. I had never really known friendship before then. I had been used and taken advantage of and told I was a friend, and I thus did the same to people like Dink and Donk, who I've taken better care of in these years. But you saw me. And I broke apart when you left. And I thought you'd be so close. Just over in the forest. The stories I told myself of what you were getting up to, they never matched this. I had nightmares of your death. Mila's and Daisy's as well, but I thought it would have been so easy to get a letter, and I was so sad to only get 6 years left. Stay safe. Those words were not lost on me. But I just wanted to say that I want to get back to friends again. And if you're anything like the woman who wrote this, I think it's pretty likely.
I like grab you and just give you a big hug. And I think like the journal's like swooshed back into you.
Yeah, I mean, he just cries a little bit there for a second,
Yeah.
and then sort of takes his
Yeah.
handkerchief out of his pocket. Sorry about that.
Hey, if you apologize for that again, I'm gonna start slapping you on the back harder.
It's been a long time, and you're very different than you were. I look forward to getting to know the details of that difference, and this was a good start.
Am I really that different?
Yes.
Okay.
Wilder.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I'm excited to know more about you too. You display so much kindness for this place. It's incredible.
Thank you. I don't know why. You'd think I would have grown cold and hard to this place. It's not an easy city to live in, especially in the Low Quarter. There's just something so... I don't know.
I think you're apt to find the silver and gold that you can in anything, including life situations. And I think you've done that in a beautiful, beautiful way here. Life that you made for yourself? Do you own a house?
No, actually. Rashid owns it. I operate
okay.
and keep it. But
Well, you keep a great home.
Rashid has been instrumental in where I have gotten today. I would not be where I am without that man. And evidently, without Fauna either.
And Gretchen and Aihrde.
And Gretchen.
That is this city. Those people.
Yeah. It is. You do a good job keeping them safe.
I try.
You do well.
I look forward to telling you more stories.
I'm excited to hear them. They better be good. There's more. I didn't mean to give you. It just kind of happened.
I read between the lines.
There's a lot of stuff.
It seemed like
I'm
it.
sorry.
A lot of gaps.
Yeah, you know.
7 years and like 25 pages or so?
Well,
And they're so small?
Sometimes you want to write about stuff, and then you don't want to write about
And
stuff.
I read the last page.
You will.
You can have my hat on that.
You wear hats?
Sorry.
No, just I understand what you're saying. I'm just being awful.
Now, who do you think's gonna win?
Now here's the way the game is played, lass. You've got to have ample coin, and you've got to have
I got
big
gold on Mila.
courage.
I have to play Daisy?
And so, pull up here and we'll play a game.
And that's where we'll end tonight.
Hey!
Don't you love this look? There we got.
She would have done it.
We got David and Dahlia arm in arm in the Salty Dog.
Why is David so tall?
And
Get
Make
out
him small. Make him small.
no, sorry, he's standing on a rug, I think is the problem.
Yeah.
So
It's a very Tom Cruise standing
yes.
on I'm tall.
Exactly.
Or Tom
Outstanding. All right, so there is still time.
Beautiful role.
In the chat.
Thank you.
Hashtag BlueBoxRPG. We got a couple things to talk about first before we do the giveaway. Reminder, right after this, we go to Fall of Red Dawn. Don't change that dial. Boom, let's go back 35 years. Don't change that dial. So right after this show, just hang right here on the Twitch channel and it'll pop right back up with Fall of Red Dawn. So you can watch Rory and his crew, outstanding role play, his brand new PC. Rory no longer has the old potato. He now has the twice baked potato.
Stream ready.
That is going to be stream ready to rock. His crew is excited. That's following this show immediately. You just stay right here. You don't have to touch a thing. You don't have to do it. You just sit there and watch.
Just sit there and be pretty.
Just like your old school TV used to like go from one show to the next. That's exactly what's going to happen here. Secondly,
Click next.
at 6 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern, on Lord Gazumba's channel, Jay Scott is going to have me and Little A Nerdy from Nerdy Guide to D&D and Todd Stashwick. He's going to be joining us. Very well-known author, huge body of work, also starring on this season's Picard. I've heard he's absolutely fantastic. I have not had the chance to watch it yet. And as I mentioned earlier, Todd is really excited to meet me tonight. So you're not going to want to miss. You're not going to want to miss that show tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then coming up this week, we've got, now we're getting down to the final couple episodes of Greyhawk Awakening Book 1 before we lose Vivi for 5 to 6 months before she comes back this fall. So it'll be the last episode tonight that you'll be able, or this week, or coming up next couple weeks, you'll the last couple of episodes with Lilith and also with Nerve. Nerve, who, do you know his last name?
No.
His last name is Osrek.
Osrek.
It's not ringing any bells. I'm sorry.
Put it together.
Nervous wreck.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, Hob, you're the best.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So Nerve Osrek, you can catch him for a couple. Yes, I know, Vivi. But if you've been watching, you know that our Greyhawk Awakening Book 3 will kick off shortly after that, and Greyhawk Awakening Book 3 will feature this.
Yes.
Dark Sun.
Nope.
We're gonna have new players.
Stinger. I just met her.
Stinger.
No.
What?
I want you to know, my wife is.
Hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat for the giveaway.
Yes.
Something is coming.
I ruined all my friend circles.
This is custom music for Blue Box.
It's so good.
So much custom artwork. There is going to be just amazing stuff coming. You're not going to want to miss that. Then after Greyhawk Awakening on, and that's on the 2nd of May, so mark your calendar. I did announce that we're going to be a month of one-shots in April. So we're going to have the month of one-shots, which will include Kurt. You see him in Conventus. He's going to be running a fun game. He's already been running ideas past me. I'm going to run a game that I will call the OG for original gamers or ossified grognards. That's going to be coming in May or April. We're going to have one other one-shot stream. I think I know who's going to be running it, but I can't announce that yet. And then we're going to have our book 3 session 0 will be on April 18th.
Huzzah.
Will be our session 0 for Greyhawk Awakening Book 3, and you guys can check all of that out. Then, last couple of announcements to remind you, we have coming up this Wednesday on Lore Masters Arcanum, we have the amazing Fraley. Patrick Fraley is going to be doing 3D printing. We'll have a printer set up here in the game room. We'll be doing some tips and tricks and a live print, and then also a giveaway. He's got a really cool 3D print that he's done that he'll be giving away. We'll have all of that oxygenated grog. Yes. Yeah, that could work too. They're all rusty. And then we have, of course, the week after that, the amazing crew joining us. Whoops, I wasn't even on my, let me go over to this view so you can see the flyer. That's for next week. That'll be our regular 5:30 start time. Mm-hmm. And then on the 22nd, we have the big show. We've been building up to this for quite some time. I'm excited it's here. This flyer will be updated to show Manda for the first time ever. Like, that's going to be the big announcement. Not just that we've got these 5 amazing women. You're going to see Manda live on stream. What? It's going to be amazing. Actually,
I'm so excited.
I probably shouldn't be doing that. That's actually kind of counterproductive to what.
Yep.
No big deal. Just going to be a regular
It's
stream
casual.
that night.
It's
real casual.
Don't worry
chill.
about it.
It'll be.
It's gonna be so cool.
It'll be Meg Biscotti Hottie. It'll be Courtney of Figuratively Speaking Minis. It'll be these 2 amazing ladies. We have Rachel and Cameron with us, and then of course Ashlyn Dollar Store DM joining us with Manda Mystical Unicorn for Throw Dice Like a Girl. It's going to be an incredible episode. All right, so here we go. Each of you are going to announce why you should be Stream MVP,
Good point.
and I'll tell you who you're rolling for, and then we will get right into the giveaway tonight. So let's start with.
Took notes in it.
I was thinking, I was like, did you write anything?
Oh, you're up first, Dahlia. Why should you be Stream MVP?
Oh, shoot. Lots of fun Dahlia roleplay this episode. Just getting to be a goober. I think you get to see a little bit more of just that fun. I think when Dahlia was out with the Fey creatures in the Twilight Woods, like, got to have fun and, like, learn how to joke around with people. And, like, I think really started to enjoy that aspect of life. And so kind of getting to see that here. Crushed a bunch of apples. Talked to
Which
Tommen.
is apparently a thing now.
Got to talk to Tommen and kind of work through that, and I think that's kind of unlocked something new for her to kind of spin her wheels on and try to figure out how to help with that. She's got some heat on her that she doesn't really understand or know about. Still got a bad dagger that I don't know what to do with. That's also still there, not going anywhere.
We are refreshing the waterfall.
Yeah, that water's staying fresh.
Yeah.
Very
Fresh and
holy.
holy.
So fresh and holy is sounds like a brand name. Put that on a mug. Write that down.
A brand name for what?
I don't know. The cleaning.
Holy water.
Yeah.
All right, fresh and water, fresh and holy water.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of good, just general stuff
good
with
catchphrase.
Randall, with Daisy Bell getting to work through some social interactions.
Yes.
Even though these two arguably have much higher charisma than I do.
Where we also found out that apparently Altimra has no laws about the age of children.
No laws about the age of children.
Children are not required to be any age.
They don't have
That's
to be
the law.
Right. Yeah.
You want to be 20? I guess. Sure. We can't tell you that you can't be. You're 7? Whatever. But yeah,
don't know how to track
lots
their
of good
age.
personal interaction, good stuff
Yeah.
with David at the end there.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
That was
well
nicely
played.
done. All right, so this is going to be a tough one tonight for Stream MVP. I don't envy the chatters. You will be
Nor
rolling
should
for Tracy. You've got Tracy.
Yay!
Remember, you haven't won if you see your name yet. All 4 of them will get to roll. Tell us why you should be Stream MVP.
Well, goodness.
Did a lot of homework.
I know. I'm trying to throw my mind back to the beginning of the session.
So much.
I scared a kid. Scared a kid real good. Kept the train moving on. We need to wake this kid up. We need to ask him questions so that he can get back to his family and yada yada yada. Being protective of the kid, not trying to be scary. Click is a good person, and he's intimidating, and I'm glad that I got told that. That was very nice. Thank you.
Straight to the
I'll
head.
take the ego stroke. It's very nice. And got to show off what the well-equipped looks like, and get to
The
show
Bat
that-
Cave.
the different
Really like the
sides
Bat Cave.
of Click versus David, and that he's learned lessons from everyone around him over the years. Sewers stink really bad. Daisy doesn't like them, so put up some flowers that make it smell
Nobody
good.
even asked what was behind the big tarp.
Well,
It's the Clickmobile.
No, but so behind the big brown tarp is the hole he's punched into the sewer system.
into the sewers.
That's
so
what
that's
I
why there's
guessed.
flowers there
Yeah.
to prevent the smell from
And
coming
the tarp
badly
kinda
into the
keeps
place.
it
I thought it
down.
was either that or the big armoire that's over there, like a lion in the wardrobe kind of thing.
Yeah, no, and so that was very fun. John and I got to work on that, and then the graves at the Pence for Pages is something that I worked on. I liked that line, the hero of all our stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very
so
nice.
good.
Done.
And more thieves' cant and some fun stuff there, and that little bit of RP with Dahlia there at the end, and and getting to see how David interacts versus how Click interacts. Like when Mila came downstairs the night before, Click was very cold to her, didn't much care, but obviously David, she came around the corner crying, instantly hugged her.
Right.
It's very, very fun.
Such a great interaction of just being like coming
Yep.
downstairs and you being like,
Half asleep.
and
Well,
are you done?
No, exactly. No, all of that, and it was fantastic as always. The role play was off the hook. We do have in the chat a question though. Dark Elf Twilight wants to know how the flowers survive down there with no sunlight.
Hey, flowers can be okay without it.
Yeah. It depends on you get the right flowers and you
Yeah.
can take care of them the right way.
Stop
You could also bring them up to the sun for a
And
little bit. during
he
the
might
day.
like
There are
maybe
shady flowers.
he rotates them out, perhaps, right?
Yeah, there's
All right,
lots of ways
so
to do it.
you will be rolling for Frankly Delicious.
Hey.
All right. Why should you be
yay.
Stream MVP?
Great question, John. Thanks.
Some interesting
you in the studio,
enunciation.
John.
Yeah, good question. John, thanks.
Anyways, Mila, wasn't here last session. She did her own thing, cleaned up the place that was already pretty clean to begin with, but she didn't know what else to do because she didn't want to go out by
Guest in a
herself
home,
other
I
than
get it.
The flowers and
Just doing like one dish that's in the
yeah.
sink.
She didn't break anything while she was there. That's a plus.
Hey, I'll take it.
She was very kind and quiet with the child, trying to keep him calm.
good job.
She didn't do the majority of the talking, but got him in a bed, stopped someone from taking him out of the bed. Not gonna name names.
Nope.
Wasn't
and-
Click. Wasn't Dolly.
Her
We're not gonna-
roleplay with Marcus's grave, which is something that she has been dreaming about, or I guess having nightmares about for the last 7 years. Talking to Randall about books, getting that just locked down. And starting to play the gambling game. With
Yay!
Yeah.
Two great liars. Two
Finley's, I'm starting to do a little roleplay in the chat in Discord if you guys want to read it. Between
Yeah,
Finley
and so for all the chatters that have stayed with us here, thank you. I like to sometimes just throw in little extra treats at the end. So, this will be put in the chat-based roleplay. If you haven't figured this out yet, Finley's sentience his bizarre high level of intelligence, his ability to speak, to connect to human thought, is somehow directly tied to his connection with Mila. I referenced this a week or two ago, that he specifically fears her death because even as he has seen the ascension of his intelligence, he knows intuitively that were she gone, he would revert back to his rodent level of intelligence. So she is more than just friend to him, more than just mother, as he put that image in her mind at the end of the childhood sequence that we had. But she literally is, in a sense, deity to him because she has imbued him with this level of sentience. What
makes me nervous.
What he's
Terrifying.
what he's gonna communicate to you, and you'll see this in the chat, so you guys hear it first. During that period where you were unconscious, he could literally feel his intellect ebbing away slowly. It was an excruciating and terrifying experience, and you have felt a stiffness from him since that moment, where he is insistent and almost terrified that you not engage in any sort of combat or anything dangerous. He wants you to grow vegetables, like literally
farmers.
Yeah, like he is.
Honestly, yeah.
Classic D&D party.
So just so you, that's what's coming, and there'll be more. But that's what's happening to poor little Finley
man.
when Mila goes.
So
Creating a rat god on your shoulder. He's gaining incredible intelligence.
We got Cugrat.
All right, you will be rolling for
Yes, he's gonna roll the roll
old
one day.
school FRP.
Hey,
And by the way, if you didn't catch it earlier, if you want to join in any of those one-shots in April, Discord, me or Manda, let us know. We'll get you lined up with one of the one-shots. It's an opportunity. If you're part of our community and you've always wanted to be on a stream and play on Blue Box, this is your chance in the month of
the
April. Let us know.
after
Why should Daisy Bell be stream MVP?
Well, I do declare I should be stream MVP because I'm me. And
That's why.
you might ask why. Well, I'll tell you why. Well, there's lots of reasons why. Well, there was just a little boy that we found. And his little name was
Found him.
Sammy. And
Loose.
you know, he just warmed up to me real nicely. And we found out who his daddy was, and I kind of figured out that his daddy was somebody I don't like. And I just figured, I would send them two on ahead, and we would go and
that's the decision that was made.
yeah,
You decided to send us.
that was the decision that was made, and and then we went down to the dock. Not much happened there, and then we went to Pants for
nothing happened over
Pages, and I just do not understand this Randy boy, but he does not want to be
applesauce
called
is just a
Randy
crushed
for
apple.
some reason. Even though he wanted to be called Randy a few years ago, now he just wants to be called Randall. So I am.
How things
I'm
change.
Shocking.
It's weird that someone's name would
crazy.
change over 7 years.
I just don't get it, and I'm just trying to be a lady, and people are not appreciating what I bring to the table.
Some are.
Some are, but Randy.
In fact, I think we're finding most people are appreciating.
Yeah, Drake is very
Yes,
smitten with
yes,
you, and
but
We've
just
met a
some
lot of
aren't.
men.
there's a lot of appreciation
Yeah.
that you don't really want, but you're also getting that kind of appreciation.
Well, yes, and I have to teach them lessons all the time. And then in this salty dog, well, I just think I've created something special with this sweet honeysuckle tea, and I am just trying to promote
sell
it.
it.
I wonder, are you
And-
going to try and get some royalties off of this drink?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
clearly
she
got to
is.
be a tumbler or a mug.
Yeah.
Sweet honeysuckle
Sweet
tea.
honeysuckle
mug.
tea, that's
Yes,
actually really
we need
good
to have that.
So-
yeah.
We gotta have that at Blue Box Con.
We might,
She's already
we
got
might
plans.
have some sort of like sweet tea there. And I mean, we did last year, but I think I'm gonna make a fruity tea this year. So I'm trying to get these men to be just a little more dignified, and then I'm gonna play a game with them. I'm also gonna maybe add a little something to their drink that I don't add to mine. And
What?
What?
What are you gonna add?
What do you have?
Why?
Tune in next week to find out. All right, you
Be an accomplice in this.
you will be rolling for
these
Chris. You got Brew and Gall. Chris,
Every store we
you're
go into.
in the giveaway.
tipsy, so they'll talk. I want them.
Oh, so you're gonna give them alcohol?
yeah.
You mean the
Okay,
thing that
that's
we're already
good.
drinking?
Okay, I'm just spiking in.
You won't have to. You don't have to make it sneaky.
They're drinking alcohol as is.
Well, no, I'm them that the tea can be a little bit better with their drink of choice.
You know? Okay.
I don't think ale and tea mix very
Laxative
well.
tea. All right. So go ahead. Tell us who you're rolling for and give us your numbers. And here we go for the giveaway. And while they're rolling, another view of our amazing new channel trailer. Check this out. Thank you, Rory.
I'm going to be rolling for Tracy.
Here we go, Tracy.
I got a 14.
14. All right, Tracy. You have a 14 on the die. Let's go to you,
Frank
David.
Lee Delicious.
Polish.
I have an 18.
An 18. All right.
I'm rolling for old school FRP.
Here we go, old school.
16, and that was not right. And 16.
All right, we're still sticking with the 18.
Huzzah.
Oh, sweet tea for votes.
How
Sweet
that
tea
works.
for vote. Stream MVP is
14.
So
the total?
18.
18.
18.
Double.
Frankly delicious.
Let's go, Frankly Delicious, sir. I believe we have your stuff, but if not, just make sure Amanda has it in our Discord. Again, thank you to Rory who made this video. You can check this out. He'll be actually streaming right after this. So as soon as we're done, just hang on, and Rory will be waiting to join us. And did a great job on this. Thank you to him, and thank you to all of
More
you. So,
dragons.
final thoughts. Players, great job tonight.
Thank you.
Fun, pure role play session, but fantastic
They
role play
happen.
session. And it kind of thing I remember when I was first. I would love to the title again. Altimra awaits to have an entire city in front of. Do whatever you want. Go wherever
It's my
you
favorite
want.
part about this campaign.
You
It's
know,
really
you guys have this incredible freedom, and yet the stories are moving all around you.
It's all the
as
little
well.
threads you keep putting in our
and
way.
you've got, it's going to be interesting to see how these things advance and what you guys. And there's so many different directions that you guys can go.
Many.
I am excited to see what it is that you're going to do.
Twisted
Excited
tea
to get
for
all
votes.
those
All right, so there's still time in the chat. Hit the button. So upper right-hand
doesn't
corner,
update.
Dahlia and Mila. And then we have Daisy
hashing
Bell
it
and
out.
Click
We're
right
fighting to the
now.
death.
It's close. There's a duke out between Dahlia and Mila.
I would pay money to see that because I think Dahlia would be like, oh, we're having fun.
But Pat just said, get killed in any part
I
of the
just
city.
get
you want.
Have you
unconscious
seen the
instantly.
Pillow fighting with the
Literally,
German
Dahlia
girl?
like hits me once and she's down.
Oh
She's
yeah.
gone.
Oh yeah. That would be a very bad fight.
That'd be a very bad.
No.
Twisted tea for
I
votes.
would let you get it if you
Oh, there's a comeback. Click and Daisy Bell are starting to pick up some votes here.
Oh, shoot.
Can we get everybody tied?
support the role players. There's
Let's
a
all
lot of you in
tie.
chat. Their
Mine isn't
role play.
updated,
This means
so-
they get XP for this. They get 100
what we got
XP,
right now. It's true.
which
Come
means a
on.
lot
Anybody?
for a level 1 character.
Twisted tea for votes.
But more than the XP,
It's fine, you're gonna
it's
see it anyways.
reinforcement to them. It shows them that their role play matters to you as viewers, which honestly is the most the biggest gift you can give them. So please give them a vote. Let them know. And as you're doing that, we do have one
contentious.
question for you tonight. If you're watching this stream, and by the way, I've got a little surprise for you guys here too. Make sure you do your emotes on this. If you're watching this stream tonight and you haven't given us a follow, if you're a follower and you have not subscribed, or if you're a sub whose subscription has expired, we have one question for you here at Blue Box tonight. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub. We would appreciate all of that support. Look at the emotes fly all over the screen. That's kind of fun.
Hey.
And the winner is Dahlia. Ooh, with 15.
That's 2 weeks in a row, baby.
Very strong.
2 weeks
Nicely
straight.
done.
2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight.
And that was well done. All right.
Right
So
now,
once
before I
again,
forget.
thank you to everybody. We're going to close the stream as we end it. There is no raid. Reminder, you stay right where you are. Fall of Red Dawn is live in just a few seconds. Blue Box signing out. We'll see you tonight also with Todd Stashwick on Gavin and Lord Gazumba's channel. Everybody, bye.